Rob, member for 16 months. All this BYB drama as a real there's trouble at the flea market vibe. Right, I'm not. Look, I'm sure the guy's the work. Cheese, is it? What was your first clue? The minute a guy reaches out his hand to me and goes, "Hi, I'm cheese." What kind? What kind? Unless it's the kind Tiff sends me, which I've been enjoying all weekend long on everything from tacos to just the floor. Just eating it off the floor. Sketty 2 John, member for 20 months. You know, you are hanging out in the Discord with the rest of us watching all of this drama. Hold on. You know you are hanging out in the Discord with the rest of us watching all this drama. I really have no idea what this is about. I must have missed this. You won't find me in the Discord discussing the cheese saga anywhere. This went over my head completely. So no, I do not know cheese. I don't know if I wish to know cheese. Kraut Cat gifting a membership. Thank you very much, Kraut Cat. You're on the board. You're on the board. So, I was watching this BYD, which stands for Backyard Dick Clip, as I love to do. There was this guy, Philly cheesesteak, and this woman called Crunchy Balls. Of course, everyone knows these people. So Mayor MC Cheese was grabbing Bubbles, Crunchy Butt, and I care because these are like steel toe people, and you should too, just to wash my balls. Right. I kind of agree with other Melton there, man. Like, it's hard to rope me into the cheese drunk. I'll sign your petition. Show me the evidence. Sure. Sounds like all the men in this situation are bad. I don't know. I guess people hate the woman too now. I don't know. I don't even know. Bubble Popper 24 says, does anyone know why Toe and SP broke up the first time? No, how would we know that?
This cheese guy sounds like a real monster. I'll be here all week, folks.
I imagine for April. This cheese guy sounds like a real monster.
This cheese guy sounds like a real monster. I'll be here all week, folks.
Oh, God. Hit the like button for Ray, everybody. What a good one.
It's okay. I know I'm less important than the browser tabs. I wake up early every day because of the pain, and it's okay. I can earn my medicine another day. Getting dressed is extra painful. It's fine.
It really is crazy. It really is crazy. He's more important. He's less important than browser tab. Look, I know I could restart it, but the browser tab. FKA, the ghetto basement. Here's towards the goal. Thank you very much. Speaking of the goal, Brooklyn Pencil, $50. I'm just a girl who stumbled her way into the Onionverse early this year. Now here I am. Not sure where here is. Congrats on the marriage. Mrs. Song? I don't know if it's a working title. She said, am I right?
She said.
Brooklyn. And if that wasn't enough, you know, Angie won't be out there. Here's 100. Jeebus Creeba. Thank you very much, Brooklyn Pencil. What a nice level of support. Dan G with 100. Haven't been able to watch live for the last week. I bought a second house in Western Carolina mountains in late September. Wow, congrats on the second house winner. Jesus, way to brag and make the rest of us feel like shit. We feel like shit now because of your second house. Still limited cell service, so I've been listening at night from a hotel. Here's to a great November. Thank you very much, Dang.
Oh, that monster joke was so good.
Hey, buddy.
That monster joke was so good.
Oh, that monster joke was so good.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, yeah, baby. Okay.
All of us have problems like that. But Zoom wouldn't open. Johnny won't be here today. You and I are hanging out. Tonight we're hanging out. Tomorrow night we're really hanging out. God, the kids made that room a disaster.
Okay, a lot of important stuff to unpack there. We're hanging out now. Tonight we're hanging out. Tomorrow we're really hanging out. And boy, oh boy, did the kids leave that room a disaster. Sounds like a packed show today. What with the hanging out, the promises of future hangout.
The little ones. All of us have problems like that. But Zoom wouldn't open. Johnny won't be here today. You and I are hanging out.
He's already itching quite a bit. You and I are hanging out. Tomorrow we're hanging out. We got a hangout planned for later this week that's going to blow your tits off. And we'll wrap it up on Friday with a hangout.
Tonight we're hanging out. Tomorrow night we're really hanging out. God, the kids made that room a disaster.
I'm sure before they made it a disaster, it was also a disaster. Those rapscallions.
I'm just looking at, so there's the studio area of the basement, and then there's the living room area over there of the basement.
Where we're gonna have our third camera set up with Benny. Benny's vape corner. Let's go to Benny. The vaping in the corner.
Yeah, I know. When I told them and their friends and them to clean up the downstairs, this ain't it. That's not what I meant.
Are we to believe he didn't notice this yesterday? Or this morning when he walked in there? He's bringing it up like he just noticed this. It's so casual that he's bringing it up on cam. Somebody also pointed out, all the joke books and dad stuff is gone. This action figure is now missing from the box. So he has a box up for an action figure. That's where we're at. We've got Hulkamania #1, and again, I don't even know. Let me just think here, but I didn't know they made foam fingers that could look effeminate and tiny. Can we talk? Can we talk about this? I've never seen a foam finger that looks like this. It's effeminate look. I didn't even know they would look. Even the index finger itself wants to give up halfway down. Look at the warble. I'm not sure if we're #1. No, we're definitely not #1. Okay, we're #1. Oh, that was scary. I mean, I've never seen a foam finger like that. It's a weird design. This whole slope right here. Isn't it usually one finger up? Like when you, I guess you could look. They're all like this usually, or that. The knuckles are straight. You could slope them off and make it really effeminate. And then then look, the thumbs over the one. It's like, I guess we're recording. There's a lot of ways to look at it. This thumb. This rubber thumb. That's a penis. A sad penis with a nail.
You got him.
Just checking.
It's just there's shit all over the floor.
He didn't make it, Patrick. Yeah. Oh, I thought he made it. No, shit. I assume he bought it. That's mistake number one. I like that feminine fucking finger. I'll take one. Then he put it on his background.
Good morning.
To replace dad joke books. So you're right. He didn't make it. Because if he made it, he could go, you know what? It's my first time ever making a foam finger and I fucked it up. Let's see you do better. No. This is two mistakes. He bought it. He goes, this will look
And then he
great on
showed
my
it.
little girl hand. And then he put it up back there. And my theory is that Slam Piece is integrating. Slam Piece is becoming more and more part of this show. She is taking over as executive producer, de facto, if not official. She is showing April everything April should have done. And she's not going to do it wrong. She's going to do it right. Sure, the store is taking a while. But when it launches, you'll be sorry. When it launches, the merch you're going to see is going to blow your fucking mind. It's going to make April wish she never met Aaron when she sees how good Slam Piece is as being general manager. That's a fucking fact. That's a fact.
So I have to go to that penthouse now.
I think this set change is Slam Piece. You got to get rid of the dad books.
This isn't just for another one of
What
those
else do you
series.
have? And he's like, I got a cool foam finger, Hulkamania. I like wrestling. Manly. Yeah. I think all the positivity is Slam Piece. Why do you say that? Well, I think after the morning we watched him eating an egg sandwich, saying I'm a failure, it's all coming down, this is the last good thing I have. This sandwich. That's the next day he started the positivity kick. I think Slam Piece got a hold of him, slapped him, dumped some cold water on him, shook him. You gotta get a grip. You gotta get a grip. You gotta be positive.
That's working, boss.
You gotta be positive. And again, I don't have
You
proof
want
that
some of
this is
this?
what happened, but I will give supporting evidence to that fact later in this show.
They had a slumber party on Saturday. They had the neighbors were over here. I had 6 or 7 kids in my house all day.
This just isn't like, he thinks this is like cool, fun weekend recap stuff, but this is stuff everyone does. Just like your kids have friends and they were
Never
over,
forget,
that's
people.
not
I
like
could
a-
kill you at any moment.
Something to bring up.
And
It
I
really
will one
isn't.
day.
Dude, my kids were out back playing. Okay. Dude, the kids were over. They wanted dinner. The kids were down here playing. They made a mess.
We should try to solve the puzzle hedges in the
Okay.
orchards. The prize is supposed to
Until
be
it was time to go meet their mom at 6 o'clock, and
Imagine having a time to go meet their mom. All right, kids, time to go meet your mom.
holy shit.
Actually,
All right,
time to meet
listen
your
up.
next mom. SP, could you come out here?
I mean, you really you have two options when it comes to having 6 or 7 children at your house. For
What
a
do you
big
think you're doing?
Go on.
I didn't mean
I've
to
got
do
my
that.
pin.
You can just kind of hide
Do what you want, I
and
guess.
make them food, and just kind of check in on them once in a
Hey.
while, and as they
The
terrorize
same
the
thing you did
Move
to
along.
April, Nick, and Kayla. You can kind of like let them
I'm
play
sorry,
in the
ma'am,
room
but
and
while
just
the hotel
hide
is
and
an
go
active
make them
crime
food
scene, I
and
regret
check
to
in
inform you
every
that
once
all
in a
new
while. You guys
bookings, room
okay in here?
upgrades, room
Anybody
deck.
stuck?
Oh, you're the special inspector.
All right, well,
Mr.
there's warm SpaghettiOs if you...
house, or you can kind of walk around like a
Ah,
maid
yes. We are
and
most
just trying to
pleased.
clean up as
The
they
Oh, wait,
last
that's what you
guest
did with
left her
Nick,
belongings
Kayla,
behind when
and
she
your
vacated
wife, April,
unexpectedly.
too.
So simply call the
After they
elevator
ate
in
the
the lobby,
SpaghettiOs, you're like,
and
"You guys
our
get back
highly
in the room
skilled
and play. I'll
operator will
clean up
deliver
here."
you to your private.
That's futile.
Up,
you just-
April, you got a little something right there.
My
Okay, you got
apologies,
it.
Stay out of the
Inspector, but that would
hurricane's
be a
path,
severe violation
feed the
of guest.
hurricane every
All
once in
right,
a while,
my supervisor
and
just
then hope
walked
it
out of
doesn't
earshot.
swallow you whole.
Some folks just don't understand the
And every
importance
once
of
in a
gossip.
while, you got to come down and go, hey,
About
guys,
whom?
guys.
And what would you wish
Guys,
to
you
know?
gotta treat it like a hurricane. Stay out of the hurricane's path.
Based. She's
Feed
like,
it
okay, my
every
manager's
once in a
gone. Now I
while,
can snitch. What's
and
going
hope
on? What do you
it
want?
doesn't destroy you. Are you a meteorologist?
If looks
Holy
could kill,
shit, bitch.
Pete has put her in the ground 10
We're gonna
times
be that
over.
loud. We got to go outside.
Man's clearly jealous of her success compared to
Hey,
his.
hey, no whining.
See,
No
I
whining.
bet we're the only two people
Is
thinking
he
about him in all of
reenacting
Eridanos.
Fatherhood?
And I only am because you mentioned his name. If you leave woolly cow milk out, it turns to curds. Leave
Tell
the
me
curds
your
out,
life
they
is the
begin to get
most
stale.
boring
then
life
what?
on the planet without telling me.
Woolridge is on his way to the trash
I'm
bin.
being serious. Hit
everyone
the
knows
like
it.
button. I'm
Either he's
really.
in denial or he knew Helen would be checking out soon,
What
judging
is
by
this?
his increasing
Like
demands
again,
for a room
anyone with
upgrade.
children is like. We all
You
did
know,
this
out of
weekend.
everyone here, I probably knew the least
Yeah,
about
I'm telling
Helen.
you, for the first time
I'm
ever
not
since
much of an
April
ace to
left,
wave
he's
watcher
allowed to be a
myself.
dad now.
And Helen always had a
He
crowd of
never
admirers
told stories
chasing
about
her,
his
you
kids.
see.
He never did any
So
of
she
this
rarely
stuff.
stopped to
Like
chat.
it's wild.
Friendly enough, surely, but always seemed untouchable.
Well, one day.
Emphasis on seemed.
He'll just, imagine how
Well,
embarrassing
hello,
in high
Kitty.
school when he tells
Thanks for joining me.
what his kids did over the weekend. That they left a mess in the other room. It's like what?
Everyone wanted to be around
You
Helen.
just kind of
She
got
could
to
usually
stay out
be
of the
seen
hurricane's
alongside
path.
Bertie or
Feed
Woolrich
the hurricane every
for
once in a
obvious
while,
reasons.
and then hope it doesn't swallow you whole.
That is.
What
how
are
they
the
deal
obvious
with
reasons?
hurricanes.
Pretend I'm
Once in
dumb.
a while, you got to come down and go, hey,
Bertie.
guys.
Is he bigger than he is dumb,
we're gonna be
or
that
dumber
loud, we
than
gotta
he
go
is
outside.
big? I have a bet with a friend.
hey,
Not
hey,
sure
no
we'll
what?
ever get it to pay out.
He's doing that arm
Bertie used
itch
to be
thing
Helen's
again.
beau, though he isn't
Oh,
anymore,
boy.
and not just because she's
I love
dead.
it when he's.
If I had
a
a million
scratching.
bits, I'd spend
Whining.
everyone just to
No
learn
whining.
what caused their split.
Other than that, they're going to terrorize you. But yeah, it's
Ooh, ooh, ooh.
what's this? What's this?
We don't know. We don't have your phone.
Get off me.
Haha, Monday. Weekend's over. Go back to work, bitch. Haha. I hate it here.
Hold on one second. This isn't right. There we go.
Let's talk about furries. If you've been on the internet for more than 10 minutes, you know what furries are. People that enjoy anthropomorphic animal characters that usually involves art and wearing fursuits, not to mention the huge orgies that they have at conventions. Furries have been on the internet for as long as people have seen characters like Lola.
Why was the intro loud and then the rest quiet? Mondays.
Bunny and Maid Marian and thought, yeah, I'm into that shit, and never pumped the brakes on that sort of thinking.
This cannot be where it all started. Anyone would admit she's pretty hot. It's a totally normal reaction. That doesn't make me a furry.
And there's not anything necessarily wrong with that, it's just that furries really like to let themselves be known to everyone else. The Frosted Flakes Twitter account learned that the hard way. Poor Tony the Tiger. He just wanted to sell cereal. Call me a fence sitter, but I don't hate furries. Some of my best friends are furries, and not just because I want to be in their good graces in case I ever meet one of those filthy rich furries in the tech industry. I genuinely like these people, but hating on furries for being weirdos has been a thing since non-furries learned that they existed. It's not hard. And while I think making fun of other people is funny and helps build emotional calluses to dumb insults, I do find it all to be played out for the most part. The issue is that in all communities, the ones that stand out and gain the most attention are the creeps and the freaks. And the furry community has a lot of them.
Yeah.
In all honesty, I cannot think of a single famous furry by name that isn't known for some sort of sexual abuse or impropriety, oftentimes with a minor or a literal animal. I guess some of these weirdos forget that the guy in the suit isn't actually a magical fox-wolf hybrid. And the shit always floats to the top and garners the most attention, making any group look bad. So unfortunately, when the majority of people think furry, they think weirdo sex pervert, which, to be fair, isn't necessarily wrong. But in most cases, it's between consenting human adults. I really hate that I had to specify human.
Ugh.
Not that I'm a furry apologist, I've just been on the internet a long time and seen some real weird shit. After all that, a twink dressing up as a husky with an overinflated belly just doesn't faze me anymore.
Yeah,
I've stared
fair.
into the abyss, and the abyss has stared right back into me. So why am I talking about furries? That's because I found a new person of interest on the internet, and he happens to be a furry. Blazy Fox is a 30-year-old Australian YouTuber and furry. That makes a variety of videos, mostly pertaining to furries and furry culture. Big surprise there. He's been making videos for 11 years and has a substantial following of about 9,000 YouTube subscribers today. Nothing to look down on. A furry YouTuber, nothing special there. So why am I discussing him? Well, I was having an average day when a video by The Leaping Lemur popped up into my recommendations. Blazy Fox, another furry lolcow, which you should all go check out. I'm going to try and avoid talking about all the same points that Lemur makes during his video so as not to copy him, but I think his title is inaccurate. I have seen no evidence of Blazy being a lolcow outside of being an eccentric, but most furries are. Blazy doesn't share enough common traits that cows have, such as being attention-seeking, slovenly, narcissistic, or delusional. So no, in my professional opinion, I'd say that Blazy is
fair.
not a lolcow. But unfortunately, he is showing some signs of being something much worse. A creep. Now, before I continue, I want to make something very clear. I am not accusing Blazy of anything, and no one watching this should harass or accuse him of anything. These sorts of things can destroy a person's life, and it is wrong to say anything without concrete evidence. Innocent until proven guilty. As I've mentioned before, furries are a horny bunch. Not all of them, but from what I've seen, it's the vast majority. And like I said, if everyone consents, go fucking nuts. I don't give a shit. And being a furry, Blazy often makes sexual content. And while it's not my thing, he's free to do so. The issue is that he also makes very child-friendly content that is clearly aimed at a minor audience. And his most popular video is, How old should you be to get a fursuit? Where he actually says that younger people should not get them, albeit mainly for the fact that a child will quickly outgrow any that they get. Obviously a video targeted at a minor audience, but understandably so. The reason that Blazy ended up on anyone's radar is because he made a now deleted video in response to Shark Hunter, a 14-year-old YouTuber who primarily makes comedic roast videos on
with less than 3,000 subscribers.
Blazy. Blazy's response video to this was way over the top, making several claims that Shark should be banned from YouTube for being a minor, threatening legal action, and calling for his fans to mass flag his channel.
You're allowed to be on YouTube as a minor.
He also accused Shark of doxing him when he showed photos that Blazy posted on his own public Twitter, so he's clearly lying to try and control the narrative. This reaction was needlessly excessive to a kid making a video with pretty benign jokes to a much smaller audience. His original video on Blazy, as of writing this, has only recently hit 1,000 views. Most people that are criticized online just ignore it and move on. Especially
Yeah, that's
when
what
the
you're supposed to
criticisms
do.
are coming from someone with a much smaller audience. Blazy's reaction wasn't very lolcow-like, in my opinion. It feels more like an over-the-top reaction to someone who can't handle any sort of criticism. The type that is either very insecure, or when said criticism makes a valid point. Blazy, your overly aggressive reaction to a kid making fun of you and subsequently hiding it did much more damage to your public image than it did fixing it. Now there are multiple videos of people talking shit about you because you reacted so poorly. Then Blazy made another response video. This one did not call out Shark Hunter specifically. He instead made Why I Make These Videos, where he defends his very sexual content. The problem is that Blazy doesn't really address the issues that people bring up and makes a straw man argument about how he's made hundreds of videos but only a couple are sexual, trying to downplay the criticisms against him. No one would really care if Blazy just made safe for work videos on the topic of fetishes. There are tons of people who do that already. Blazy is just making excuses so as to deflect any criticism instead of owning what he did is weird.
Like, one of the big ones I do not have a problem with, and people need to stop shaming it so
that
hard
accent.
for the reason I'm going to get into. Diapers. Diaper furries. And
Oh,
so on.
no.
For one, diapers do not have to be an adult baby situation, which everyone generally thinks it
Oh,
is. Which,
no.
it's not. I'm bringing it up because I want to talk about one aspect of it. Those who have no choice in wearing diapers. This is one of those things that, like, oh, that explains why you're into it, and why people need to calm down on the shaming, because you're doing more harm than good.
No, no,
Understand,
shaming is fine.
There are those who have bladder or bowel or both problems and cannot control it, so they need to wear diapers.
It's fine.
So what do they do about it then? They turn it into something fun. Something
no!
naughty. So then they can get some kind of enjoyment out of something that is kind of horrible to have.
What the fuck is you talking about?
Yeah, what the fuck?
I wasn't thinking about it.
And avoid having to state that he'll stop doing it.
Man, what the fuck?
He keeps dodging the accusations because he knows what he's doing is inappropriate and he doesn't want to admit any sort of fault on his end. This only makes you look more suspicious. He also tries to say that all furries are perverts while still welcoming in young furs.
Look, essentially, why do I make these videos? Again, I'm fascinated by it, and I like to figure these things out. And I'm an adult, and the furry fandom is kind of known for this kind of stuff, and is a big part of this fandom. So I'm going to talk to
That's
my
not a
audience.
justification.
Which is not a good look for you, dude. But I want to reiterate, I have seen no evidence of sexual impropriety with minors involving Blazy, and I don't want anyone to accuse him of doing such. He does welcome young kids into the furry
No, but yeah,
community,
exactly. He's he's opening up
and
the
he does
community
talk to them
for
in the
it.
comments of his videos. Lemur's video delves into this with much more detail. Go give it a watch.
I fucking hate sickos more than I love Ozzy Osbourne.
But I can't find any sicko evidence. Please don't make me wrong, Blazy. That being said, Blazy could easily fix this situation, but he seems to be just plugging his fluffy ears and acting like he's done nothing wrong. If he just owned it and started making changes, people would leave him alone. But as more people discover him, the more hate he gets. So in case you're listening, Blazy, I'm going to reiterate what I told you in your comment section that you conveniently ignored. Make a second channel. Make another channel specifically for your adult and fetish-related content. You have your other persona, Sass. Use him as the mascot for those topics. If you make a clean separation between these two subjects and their audiences, then people will see that you're making a concerted effort to keep kids away from your sexual content and stop accusing you of being a creep. You were right when you said it's on parents to monitor what their kids are watching online, but it's also up to the creators themselves to try and keep minors away from their adult content. This is a very easy change, and if you refuse to do this, it will only make you look more guilty. As I mentioned earlier, I don't consider Blazy a lolcow simply because he doesn't have enough characteristics to be one, in my opinion. I'm working
Huge
on another
creep, though.
video to break down what specific characteristics make a lolcow, but it's still in the works. From what I've seen, the only trait Blazy has for sure is that he's a liar. One trait is not enough, so I will not refer to him as a cow. Though that being said, Blazy did recently start e-begging on Twitter for food money, which is something a lot of
you know, who doesn't like to e-bug for food money?
And he's been tagging
food money's
people
nice.
on Twitter to get Lemur's video on him taken down. That's a stuttering John move, dude. So maybe the future will reveal him to be a cow, but I hope for his sake that it doesn't. Now, I didn't make this video to jump on the bandwagon of a brand new lol cow to laugh at, but instead to get eyes on Blazy. Not so that people harass him, simply to keep him from doing anything stupid. Not to compare Blazy to actual creeps, but people like the White Bowser and Jupiter the Hybrid are scared of doing things with kids, knowing that trolls will quickly find out and tell everyone. It obviously doesn't stop them.
Oh, you snuck in some text. I gotta go back and see that. Uh-oh.
It obviously doesn't stop them completely, but it slows them down significantly. Keeps them wary, knowing that the trolls are always observing silently. One last time, I don't think Blazy is a sicko like them, and if he stops being a weirdo to this degree, I will admit that he's not and give him the credit he deserves. But it never hurts to keep an eye on someone suspicious. Thanks for watching, everyone. Happy you stuck to the end. This video was sort of different to normal internet weirdo / lolcow content, but I thought it was important to make. No one wants more creeps online, and I think it's a good thing to try and prevent that without actual harassment. So what do you guys think? Does Blazy still have a chance to turn things around and stop being accused of this sort of stuff? Tell me down below in the comments, and make sure to like and subscribe. Alright, see you guys later. Peace. By the way, the first head isn't mine, it's Rubik's. By the way, the first head isn't mine, it's Rubik's.
Time to go share that around. Oh, thank you, but white chocolate. I appreciate it.
Thinking about calling some people. Why not do it in sign language? I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about it.
Oh, wait, you can rewind this episode?
I'm not.
Why?
To do. Or Moody. But Moody would never want to talk election with me. He'll be in a hole. Some guy was saying before, you're all like idiots. Kamala's going to win. You don't have your ear to the ground. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad. I really, believe me, I was with you. I was with you. I was like, yeah, I mean, of course it's going to be Kamala. Of course. Everyone's broken. It's going to be bad. It's going to be bad.
It could be worse.
Yeah, I think Trump's going to murder this bitch. I'm not even kidding. So, yeah, you've got you're if you think Kamala's going to win, woo. We'll see. We'll see. Anyway, we'll have a stream about it.
Well, more like a serial killer.
I'll put something together for the election show. Maybe a banner. Who knows?
Staying out of sight. I don't even know what to say. Can we focus here?
But it does look like as you look at polls.
Stinky.
He said maybe a banner. This is 24 hours away. His solution to everything is to get a banner.
Tastes good.
For the election show. Maybe a banner. Who knows?
Who knows? I do. I actually know. There'll be no banner. No phone calls will be made. No guests will be on.
Hey, can I come in?
Less guests, you mean Johnny, Oz? And you definitely won't be like texting with them during the show going like, you want to come on in 20 minutes? Nah, that won't be happening at all. You're going to do the work today to ensure that tomorrow's ready to go smooth.
Can I bring you to?
You're going to get a banner.
Shut the hell up.
You're going to book guests. You're going to make the calls. Right. No, we know.
But it does look like as
you're not actually authorized
you look at polls, it does look like you can expect a Trump win. Although there was a poll this weekend out of Iowa that showed that Kamala Harris was up by like 3 points in Iowa, which is weird because this entire election, every poll has had Trump ahead in Iowa by like 10 points. Like it hasn't even been considered
what do you want,
a
Ellie?
contested state. What do you call a swing? It's not even a swing state.
All he does is watch Fox.
Yeah,
right?
probably. Oh, why is everybody up here?
All he does is watch Fox.
Is this like my crew quarters? This is
It's
cool.
just been solid red, and then there was a weird errant poll this weekend that showed that Kamala was winning.
How do you know it was errant? How do you know it's errant poll?
Approachable says Johnny's just a little tired today. He sold the futon and isn't sleeping very well on the new bed. Oh, man. Is that what it is? Is that what the problem is?
He loves that. He loves doing that to his enemies, not just Johnny. I know this is probably a joke.
Wow.
Melton just can't handle it. He's over there crying because you beat him. Aw, is he doing that? Is that what it is? Oh, it's so sad that he's doing that. I'm sorry.
Seems like propaganda.
That. I made him do that.
There's,
it's like,
there's
you know that's not real, right? You know it's not real.
Johnny sold the damn futon, and now he's
I
not
left it.
sleeping well. That's what he gets for denying that whole futon thing. Now he's not sleeping very well. Buffalo Jockey says, book guests that actually show up. Well, no, Johnny would have shown up. I fucked that up. Zoom would.
That was wild.
RITB, why don't you go Google how you can change.
No, the joke is not Johnny Crutches was sleeping on a futon. For people not aware, Johnny does and is sleeping on a futon. The joke was the listeners wanted to buy it, and he was going to get rid of it and get a bed. He didn't. That's a bit. It's fake. Johnny has a futon. Johnny sleeps on a futon.
Change your username, and then you can stop bothering people in the chat. Otherwise, it will cut you loose.
I love beating up my companions.
Imagine cutting someone loose.
I'm just not for good, just for today, just for this stream, or like an hour or so. And
did you catch it? Someone's saying something that's upsetting him. It's real. And he's gonna like cut you loose for an hour. Maybe in an hour I'll let you back in.
I fucked that up. Zoom wouldn't open for me.
My favorite thing is banning people who don't upset me at all. I banned Michaela for 5 minutes before the show started. It's funny when someone says not, like something as mild AF,
yeah,
and just to ban them and act like you're super upset. That's way funnier than actually getting upset. Aaron like actually gets bothered and goes like, "All right,
that was a lot of smoke
for an hour till you cool down." Michaela will just be
Speaking
like,
of which, time to smoke.
Melton doesn't understand, blah, 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 blah. And I'll just be like, get the fuck out of here.
RITB, why don't you go Google how you can change your username, and then you can stop bothering people in the chat. Otherwise,
So he's just asking how to change your username. And this is what's triggering Aaron.
Cut you loose.
I'm gonna cut you loose if you don't stop asking people how to change your name.
Timeline discrepancy detected.
I'm just not for good, just for
Yeah, I'm
today,
sure.
just for this stream or like an hour or so, and then we'll leave you to go figure out your username and shit. Does that sound?
Beep, boop, beep,
There you
boop,
go.
beep.
That's the warning. All right, you know what? We're gonna. He said sorry, Aaron. I'm gonna give him a minute or two.
This suitcase matches the silhouette of Halcyon Helen's iconic handgun, the Needler. The weapon was recently removed.
I'll be watching. This show is a shell of a show. There's no amount of work.
Helen.
The funniest part is...
Where did we go wrong? Oh, Lord, I'm so sorry. I didn't mean for... Helen, I love you. I love you so much.
Nice. Good one.
SP coming in here like a hero. She's gonna like... All he needs is someone to tell him what to do, how to act, what to say. Good luck, you dumb bitch. This is not something you can aim or teach. He gone. He gone.
Okay. People are saying nuke 'em. I don't know. It just, I just don't understand going. This is like that thing people do.
He's off. He's off. Nice try, SP. Nice try. The only way to, you know how everything's projection. He gets mad at Johnny or Matt for looking at their phone or being distracted. You gotta hide the chat from him. You can't let him look at the chat or this happen.
So, where they like go on Facebook and they'll type a status where they'll be like, "Does anyone know how I can find this?" And it's like, yeah, fucking Google it, you loser. The fact that you would go to a chat room full of people and be like, "How do I change my username?" I go, "Well,
got him. I mean, you got him. This is brilliant."
First, I would start with getting out of the chat room and perhaps going to Google or Rumble, and checking it out and seeing what you.
Oh, hold on, I've been got. Jacob Ryan says you were on cheer team. Stand down, F word. No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Doing, leaving the rest of us the fuck alone. All right, guys.
Hold on. Who's Aaron? The rest of us? Who's the other side? Aaron and the rest of us are one side. Who else?
Be like, "How do I change my username?" I go, "Well, first I would start with getting out of the chat room and perhaps going to Google or Rumble, and checking it out and."
Rumble? Go to Google or Rumble and check it out.
Seeing what you can do and leaving the rest of us the fuck alone. All right, guys.
Another one. Another brilliant one.
Seeing what you can do and leaving the rest of us the fuck alone.
Watch it. If you blink, you'll miss it. This show today is full of worried Aaron.
Inspector, I understand you've visited the
It
scene of
looks
the
like
crime.
he's got a shit.
Halcyon Helen was an important cultural icon. She will be sorely missed. I will be plain with you. I prefer not having to hire you at all. This matter should be resolved by Rizzo's security, but Cedric owns the land complexes, so we have a jurisdiction problem. Constable Keene encouraged us to hire a third-party freelancer. Right now, you're the best chance we have at resolving this incident and getting on with our affairs. I'm contractually prohibited from acknowledging the slogan of a rival company. Also, Spacer's Choice disgusts me. Back to the matter at hand. Tell me about your investigation. Your discretion is appreciated. I admit, I'm beginning to feel more confident in this arrangement. Here, I'm granting you access through the gates to the orchard.
Yay!
You're officially authorized to see this investigation through to the end. There is one caveat. Cedric's being rather intransigent about letting you into the spaceport. Possibly he's trying to hide something. Possibly he wants to annoy me. Possibly both.
No, they did that thing where they picked up all the big stuff.
That thing. Classic kid move.
I agree with the sentiment behind your snide remark. Unfortunately, the Piraeus spaceport is Cedric's purview, not mine. You have a lead to chase. Law speed, Inspector.
There is no God, only law. Alright, enough abusing them.
Hi there, Inspector. It might be a little beyond my job description to ask, but at my heart, I'm still a bellhop. Was the sweet to your liking?
That a vacuum would suck up, but it's very visible.
So why don't you get the vacuum and clean it up? Yeah. Why don't you go get the vacuum and clean it up?
And they come and they go, Dad, we picked up the baby.
That's completely fine, Inspector. Hopefully, now I'd love to bring you to a floor of your choosing.
Maybe all the kids are
Oh,
retarded.
so what off?
Maybe none of them look retarded in comparison with each other, but maybe like
Cool.
all together. If they think like leaving little pieces of shit everywhere is clean, maybe they're all dumb.
Oh, well. Might
up the room more? My dad would take everything and just put it in a pile. Well, that's helpful. What if something was only 6 inches out of place? Doesn't matter. Other side of the room.
I'll be right
in a
back.
pile.
I gotta go grab my food.
Bottom of the pile. That's how we do it. That's how Dad taught us. Put your stuff in a pile and put it away. Put your stuff in a pile and put it away. If you want to be a big radio man one day, put your stuff in a pile and put it away.
That's how he. It was effective. I adopted once in a while.
Like no one else on earth does this. In between every little thing he says, he does this. Painful memories of his papa.
That's how he. It was effective. I adopted once in a while. All right. Is all right. All right. TV's all set. Good. I hate blocking.
Me too.
I hate blocking people.
Where are we
so
headed?
I'm glad he figured that out. So yes,
Another one?
I hate blocking people. So I'm glad he figured that out. So yes, 3:30 is our number today. Let's knock that out. Let's make it a good start to the week. I appreciate you guys being here. Also hit like.
He appreciates you. He appreciates you.
Like, hit subscribe. Those are the free ways to help the show. Share the show. Those are the free ways that you can help this program out. Whether it's throwing us a few bucks, which ultimately keeps us on the air, or doing it the free ways. It all helps.
Guys, Chris in the freeways, Chris in the payways. Hey, it all helps on the show.
It all helps. All right, Rusty.
Uh-oh.
It all helps. It all helps. All right, Rusty Grammar. I know, he says
doesn't have their kid? Hasn't Nick had his kid since like June, July?
I don't. It's funny. It's funny, but I learned some. I learned something over the weekend. It's just it's very tragic.
I learned something too, man. Let's see whose is funnier when it comes out.
Learned something over the weekend. It's very tragic. It's very tragic. It's too bad. It's so sad.
It is.
All we can do is focus on ourselves. And I gotta look out for that fucking cock of mine, right? That dick thing is wild. Who comes into someone's show and goes, I remember your dick?
Who does that? Why would Nick do that? Why would Nick come in a chat and tell everyone that you jack off after looking
nice
at
break.
his Kiwi Farms thread and he's not kidding? It's very specific. And then to clarify that it's not a joke. Almost as if he's watched you do that. Otherwise, it could be actionable, I would think. He said that you read about him on Kiwi Farms and then jack off right after. And he said, I'm not kidding. You want to address it?
I guess SP does. SP just walks down the stairs and goes, dick. All right, I'll see you later. Is Gordy going outside? Thank you very much. Money's on the nightstand.
Remember the time when SP would say, it's okay to miss me. I don't have to be there all the time. We can just take it easy, slow. Is she just living there? Let me ask you a question. You got tampons under the counter? JK, SP is infertile. You cannot have her menses.
I've just always wanted to say that to a woman leaving my home.
I mean, you get the opportunity every marriage.
A woman leaves my home, your money's on the nightstand. Oh, by the way, you can use my phone to get the Uber.
Get it?
Those drugs are... Oh, shit. I just heard the door shut.
That is funny.
Oh, you're still here. The drugs probably are not out of your system yet. Oh, really? A dick. Yeah. I'll let him out after the show's over. Thank you. See you later. Look at that.
I didn't look at that. It won't be long and we will be. It won't be long and we will be. If Cowhead's taught us anything, all these radio guys always want to show off their candy. They're nothing without these women. That's why Aaron couldn't go 1 week from announcing his divorce to announcing he was head over heels in love with a new one. His whole identity and self-worth comes
I
from
forgot
her.
to grab water. Silly me.
When she walks away and her little butt wiggles up the stairs, he goes, look at that. Why? Why do we need to look at that? He's so lost. Imagine my fucking wife coming in here, opening up the door, telling me about the dog. Hey, I'm going to the store. I'd strangle a bit. This woman's running his show now, and she doesn't even respect it enough to keep coming up and down and telling him updates about Gordy. The show's lost. Nobody takes it seriously, including her. She's off to work. Aaron tweeted kids in costumes and even said his daughter's fake Shrek belly cracked him up. What? But on his personal Facebook on October 19th, he shared the pic with her, and she has a huge belly. Weird of him to address that. Oh, no. I'm sorry that he's talking about his children like that. Saying that their fat bellies cracked him up. That's fucked up. Bye, Heart Song.
Didn't know you could do that to a banister.
He's just kidding, guys. He's just kidding.
No, the drugs thing, she didn't recreationally take drugs. I injected them into her while she was sleeping.
All right, let's. I injected him into her while she was sleeping.
Take drugs. I injected them into her while she was sleeping.
Oh, we're gonna miss him when he's gone. Like, what a gem! What a gem of a human.
All right, let's get into some things today. First of all, the Vikings win. This is big. I'm also I'm concerned about my voice right now. I don't talk in the morning before the show starts. And when the show starts...
Why not? Are you retarded?
My voice is gravelly.
Oh, wait, yes.
15 minutes in, this is the show start?
That's disconcerting. I am wearing... SB brought me back my Vikings bracelet. Very excited to have my Vikings bracelet. As you can see, I've updated the board. 21-13 win over the Colts. 6-2.
Imagine if I got paid to do this shit and I wasn't ready.
Second place.
I'm not kidding. He thinks this is show
It'd be
prep,
silly.
Honk. He thinks this is show prep. As you can see, I updated the board, and SP brought a bracelet over, so I have that on. Pretty much ready for Monday. Pretty much. As you can see, I put the score of yesterday's game up on today's board. And as always, on the Steel Toe Morning Show, we track the Vikings win because we're a very local show. Everybody knows the songs. Everyone tracks the score.
Hope everything's going smoothly.
And the horn. Thank you.
FC North, and also in control of our own destiny. If we win out, we win the division.
Oh, wait, are you wearing a swimsuit because you're the swim pool guard?
In the division, so
Why are you wearing a helmet, though? What's going on here, sir? What is this style?
Jacksonville.
What's going on there?
I mean, that should be an easy win. That's the thing about the NFL. You go into these games and you're like, oh, take care of the Colts, who had been on a little bit of a roll lately. They're 4-4. They're looking to stay in it. Got a win over them. It wasn't the prettiest win in the world, but we got it. Now we get to go. And then you go, you get a sigh of relief. Yeah, now we get to go play. That'll be easy. And those are always the games that trip you up. We have the Jaguars on the road. We got the Titans on the road. Both of those should be easy wins. Should be. Who knows? Then after that, it's the Bears on the road. And the thing about the Bears is, like, the Bears could be a really dangerous game, or we could lose, or the Bears could come in and shit the bed. I think that quarterback of theirs is going to be really good.
The architect
I think Caleb Williams
lost
is
your
on his
rifle's
way.
ionization
He's
coil
not there
again.
yet. It's,
Oh,
I mean,
wait,
it's his rookie
you ain't
year.
part of my crew. What do you want?
Fast forward 4 hours. later.
Oh, thank the law you're here about the pool. That crucial thing that isn't my job to fix, and that, as such, I don't care about.
It's gonna be
Based.
hard to convince people
Here
that
it
you're
is.
not fucking
Don't
around
talk
with
to
the
that
election.
imbecile ever again. Even
When
by
shit
my
like
crew
this pops
standards,
up on
he's
your
duller
TV
than a
screen while you're
telescoping
watching
staff.
Formula One racing, what
And
do you
he's
think
not
yourself?
even one of my
See,
worst
I'm a-
problems. I got
at
landing
this-
pad lockdowns,
with
gate
now- at
closures,
fully-
angry guests, and now one of my crew is
Finger on
AWOL.
the face.
You want me to
is
kill
never
him?
a good sign. Again, do
If you're
this.
serious, I'd
and
appreciate
just
the help.
keep it
He's
here
been
while
missing
you
a few
talk
days.
throughout the day.
I'm low on staff
See
as
how
it is.
natural that feels.
Okay.
Try it out. First, get the gayest
It's not
bracelet
exactly
you can
uncommon for
find,
slug
put
agents
it
to go on the
on,
odd bender.
and then just
They'll pick a
talk
place they
like
think I don't
this.
know about and hunker down. Usually I don't bother with the discipline and paperwork. Gotta pick your battles.
The local news
Thing
station
is,
did
they
leave,
usually
did put it
resurface within 24 hours,
I
or at least yell for
absolutely listen
medical
to them.
help.
We don't do the
This
drama
guy,
shit anymore.
not
I
a
mean, we
peep.
do. If we, I mean, maybe there'll be like 5.
We don't do the drama
The
shit
missing crew
anymore.
member's Evan O'Connell. He's
We
one
don't
of
do
about
the
3
drama
slug
shit
agents I
anymore.
can trust with more complex tasks than
Remember
stand
that.
here and look tough.
This is this morning.
Friendly
We
type.
don't do the drama shit
Well-behaved,
anymore.
followed orders. Anyone
of
else,
it
I
at
think they
some
got drunk
point.
and fell asleep in a
It's
ditch
like,
somewhere,
which
but
is okay to
O'Connell's
do every
not really
once
the
in a
type.
while. It can't be the same shit
He
all
was
the
last
time.
stationed at
But
the
I have
Wilderness
absolutely
Checkpoint.
taken that.
I'd
I
search
mean,
there first.
if you go look back a year ago at how much drama content was being done, and like how much is done now, I've more than bent over backwards for that crowd. Zen Man Builds with $5 says, my bad, didn't know when I missed you reading it then. Yeah, we read it during the tattoo thing. Thank you, buddy. All right, guys, we're 150 away. Let's knock it out. We got about 10 minutes left.
What's crazy is the show ended with the chat saying he was 165 away today.
I like when people talk
Now
over
he's
each other.
saying 150. I just curious. You go look in the chat.
150 bucks. Wait, no, I understand what you're saying, Redbird. Look, if the audience doesn't feel like giving to the show anymore, then yeah, I mean, that will be them saying they're not interested anymore, and that will be the end of it, and that's totally fair. I get that. That's okay. There's nothing
He's
wrong.
calm, understanding Aaron now. He's not going to beg. If you guys stop giving, the show just goes away. And he's fine with that. He's fine with it.
Wrong with people expressing their opinion.
So he just said 150. The thing said 155.
And look, man, I'm not sharp enough. And the show's not what it used to be, and it's not as good. And
What was that
people
about?
are like, no, it's if it stays, if it stays, if it goes, if it
Yay!
goes. That's totally fair. Like I said, I'll take that in stride, and we'll move on.
He'll take it in stride. Doesn't bug him that he might have to quit and get a job. He's fine. Stop asking.
On to the next era of whatever it is I'm supposed to do. I've definitely come to grips with that. And instead of being so whiny and pissy and bitchy about it. All right, guys.
I've come to grips with it instead of being whiny, pissy, and bitchy about it. Those days are over. Keep your eye on the goal.
And instead of being so whiny and pissy and bitchy about it.
More walk speed?
He's fine.
All right, guys, 150 bucks away. From
That's kinda
today's
nice.
goal. Let's jump in there and knock that out and see if we can get it hammered out.
I'll just lean on my hand and watch as you guys hammer it out.
Why would anybody
We
bring
appreciate your
raptidons up here?
contributions, big and
Don't
small.
this hotel have a policy
Rubbing
on
his chin
animals?
now with his little gay
Mhm.
bracelet hand.
I don't work here.
See if we can start this week off.
You ask them.
Any wagers?
And, not take another loss
Just holding his chin.
to start things off. So apparently, Mark Cuban and Dana White got into a bitch fight.
Thanks for the help back there. I've actually never fired a gun before.
Oh, while you
this
try to
ringing in
get
your ears
$200, we'll watch some billionaires do stuff.
That's more than a little disconcerting.
Heckananny.
Since I maxed out my
Again,
medical
here's
allotment
another
this
one
month.
coming out saying Biden's
That's what I call my
Ipsos.
boost fund.
Wait to play for
Nice.
him today. I hope
I
we
had
get
to be alive to be
I
able
hope
to
we
go
get the
deaf later.
And he goes,
I'm not
Yeah, I was
sure
trying
if
to
I
fuck
actually
her
hit
over. I
any
was really
shots.
pissed at what they did
If you
to me.
hadn't intervened,
I like it.
could
All
have
right,
been
guys.
great.
And then Rudy Giuliani.
Hold on, what do you like?
Did to me. I like it.
I'm just as confused as you are. Someone should have been on shift to see them coming.
Then
Vargas would probably have a
Rudy
better idea of what happened.
Giuliani went on a
He's
rant
stationed at the
about
luxury
Haitian
pad.
immigrants that I can't wait to play for you today. I hope we get to.
Me too. Me too.
Thanks again for the assistance. Slug
Tomorrow
hopes
will
the
be too
statement
late.
is
I hope we get
sufficient
a
in place
play
of any
today.
monetary
I hope
recompense.
we can knock out today's goal and that we can do all 3 of those stories coming up in just a little bit. K-Fallen the Great says there, I paid you. Now, why did I lose my mod? I don't know. Like, these mods keep going away. I'm going to give it back to you. There, you can see I gave it to you. If it goes away, guys, it's never anything personal. I'm not doing it.
Somebody else texted the photo. I didn't.
What's going on the YouTube end of things? I don't know what to tell you. Dead Game says no.
Anytime, that's a tell. Every time we ever see him go, I don't know what to tell you. I have more listeners than ever, man. I don't know what to tell you. We're not doing drugs and swinging, man. I don't know what to tell you. It's a tell. That's a lie.
A Cuban is a limp-wristed gay F-word. Yikes.
Wow,
All right,
nice.
Let's see if we can rally up. We have.
Got him.
He says it like it's confirmed. Wow, he is. Wow, yikes. Anyway.
6 minutes starting right now to knock out $150. I love you guys. I love getting up.
This is the so Slam Piece told him he's got to be positive, appreciative, and not show any cracks. So you can't tell them you're a failure. You can't tell them they'll start to believe you. You can't say that stuff out loud. Tell them you love the show, you appreciate them, and then listen to how unnatural this sounds. Listen to how unnatural this sounds coming from this loser.
Right now to knock out $150. I love you guys. I love getting up early and doing this show for you. I hope you enjoy us doing it as well.
We know that's not true. We know he loses sleep over the goal. We know it stresses him out. We know missing one goal hurts. He's missing almost every other goal.
Meh.
I love you guys. I appreciate ya. Right.
Well, if you can throw in a few bucks, this is that time of the morning when we try to get it done. 150 is the number. I really hope that you feel like I've done a good enough job today. Of course, we had the technical.
There it is. I hope you feel like I was worth it. I hope you feel like I've done good.
I've got great news. I needed a new hot plate, but I found one in the trash. My new anxiety show is a banger.
I too bang my hand.
Dela says, imagine sending your kids to Aaron's house.
Technical difficulties with Zoom. We couldn't have Johnny today. He'll be back tomorrow.
We couldn't have him. We couldn't have Johnny today. I would have had to restart the computer, and you know the tabs were already open. We couldn't do it.
I really hope you feel like rewarding us with a few bucks or a membership or whatever. I hope we've earned it today. If not, then we haven't earned it. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to try harder for you.
No one believes this.
Gay.
No one believes this. You know, that's the problem with SP. SP's retarded. What I'm starting to get is, you know, with like Matt's stupid girlfriend, Grinch girl defending Matt, like, you don't
For
know.
Lord's
Matt's
sake,
like one
put
of the
that
smartest
away.
people I know. It's like, all right, well, you're Minnesota white trash too. You're stupid. I don't doubt that Grinch girl looks up at Matt and ponders, how did someone get so smart?
Be right there.
What she doesn't get is the average person from a municipality bigger than, you know, its population of sheep. He's more educated than everyone she fucking has ever met in her life. So Grinch Girl, the same thing, is just like, you know, like, I'm gonna just give him some tips and point him in the right direction and we'll get him on track. You won't, you're dumb, you're dumb. This is an untrainable, unrescuable man. He cannot. I don't know how else to teach you this, honey pie. He can't. He cannot do what you want him to do. He will never be capable of what you're trying to get him to do. This man is about to open up the playbook and spill them beans. Like, Patrick, how are you so sure that SP's the one telling him how to act and behave and positivity and stuff? Just listen. What do you see how pathetic this kid?
Like rewarding us with a few bucks or a membership or whatever. I hope we've earned it today. If not, then we haven't earned it. Then I'm going to come back and I'm going to try harder for you. Until we lose enough money where we, I got to go figure something else out.
The thing is, that will be a while. Everyone's like, wow, he's right on the edge of breaking and he's going to have to quit. He's not. He's on the edge of losing $100 grand a year. He can live on 50 grand a year. He can lose a lot more money. He can
Very
lose
cool.
a lot more money.
Love it, man. I don't care. I just hope that we're entertaining you guys to the point where we can keep this out of my way. That's $150 away. Streamlabs, PayPal, Super Chats, Rumble Rants, membership. Here.
You
We
want
got
some
about
of this?
5 minutes left. We need a pretty big rally to knock out 150.
We do. The thing is, you can live comfortably on $150 a day. Yeah, that's about what you should give Aaron. $150 a day is good money for him. You don't need no 700, 600, 550.
And if you're a fan of Steel Toe and you love what we're doing, then I do please ask you to be part of that rally as soon as you can here.
There's no rally. Nothing's coming in. And these are the remnants that he can't. Now the cracks are starting to show again. He's going back to the old terminology. Like, guys, if you want to throw in, if you're a fan, we know how it works.
We've definitely we've been getting hit lately. We've been losing quite a bit lately.
Here it goes. Sounds like the negativity creeping back in.
Right after we went.
Evan must have gotten into the spectrum in these crates. Listen to this. Come out to play. Wow, he's having a grand old time. I'm gonna take him to A2 under the hotel so he can sleep it off. I'll meet you back at the orchard straight after. See you soon. Evan, come on, you slackwit.
Well, we figured that out.
Went on that big run to get us back to even again.
That didn't happen. That was last week. He was supposed to be back to even. There was no big run to get him there. One day he just announced, guys, we're not going to do it if we miss any shows between now and Tuesday. We'll miss our back to even. Then he missed several shows, and he was like, we did it. We're back to even. Huh? And Moody made a great point on this little piggy. If all you had to do was hit goals to get back to even, that implies you're making a profit.
The garb on this security guard
And now that
identifies
you're
him
back
as
to even,
a member of the Rizzo's
and you miss a
corporation.
goal, that means you're in the
His
red.
rank would have been that of jawbreaker
By your
or
own logic,
higher.
goals
This
are
security
higher
guard
than
has
you need
experienced
them to be.
premature expiration.
You make more
Evidence
from goals than
strongly
what you
suggests
need, which again goes against what you say you do, which is only take what you need. If you can make up money that you're in the deficit by just getting goals,
I
how
doubt
do you
Rizzo's would
only
ever shed a
take
tear
what
over
you
him.
need? Seems like a lot of lies.
So what?
Already taken some hits last week. Thank you very much to Zenman. Oh no, Zenman already.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. This card also expired prematurely following a violent encounter with marauders.
Oof, that sucked. That's a big L right there. When you think you had something you didn't, so it's still zero.
Timeline discrepancy detected
That one
nearby.
turns my face red.
Yeah, that one was rough.
All right,
Where is
guys,
it?
4.5 minutes to go. We need to put some points on the board and see if we have some fight in us today. Nothing coming in yet. 150.
Starting to rub the back of his head. You can't. You see, SP.
Hello.
You can't
Is what
get him
showing?
to stop doing that because he's autistic. You'd have to tie his hands down to get him to stop doing it. He's a mess. Inside of his brain is a mess. And you told him one time while you're sucking his dick, you know, I got an idea. You should not react so much when you're not ready to go. I'm just saying, like, if you ever think about this, you ever think about not, like, freaking out when you don't hit the girl?
$50 loss. Helgi says Aaron is 5 minutes away from crying tears of high.
Oh no, what'd you do?
Yeah.
Hardline discrepancy detected nearby.
Helgi says Aaron is 5 minutes away from crying tears.
This card also expired prematurely, following a violent encounter with Marauder.
There's a guy on the roof?
No. You're 5 minutes away from crazy. You're the one who's... Crowdcat, the Vikings are 62. Apar, Movie doesn't understand that the most disposable income starts to dry up in the later part of the year due to holidays. It's going to be rough for Moobs. No, he's got more views than ever. Right? Dude, he's almost at 3,000 views on this show. 122 likes, 5 comments. Get some sponsors, someone said. Sponsors are not hard to get if you want them. Okay. Why does it say 5 comments, but you only
Oh,
see
it's
3?
creep off time.
You imagine? No, it's going to be the night out.
Yeah, well, I have an election special for you, too. It's floating right now. Fuck this election. Let's do the creep off, shall we? Hola, Creepos! Welcome to the very last episode of the Creep Off before America is destroyed forever.
Correct.
Glad you can make it. It's a show about creeps by creeps for you creeps. I'm your host. My name is Vinny. And joining me as always, it's my co-host, Hot Carl.
What is happening?
Hi,
Vinny
Hot
Paulino? Yes,
Carl.
Tomorrow is finally election day here in the United States.
Why would they?
You know what that means?
That'd be,
every year when we have
Shut
the
up,
election,
Felix.
the first Tuesday of November, it means the day before it is Super Chat Monday. And we're celebrating. We're here for it, baby.
Who's celebrating? Let me hear if you're celebrating.
We're celebrating Super Chat Monday. Well, Vinny, obviously this is the show that is a contest. Vinny and I come on and we present our creeps in different categories, and you find folks go and vote for who you thought brought the biggest creep over at theCreepOff.com. But we did not have a contest last week.
No, we didn't.
We had the Detroit
The structural
Hangover.
anomaly is not present in the design of the
But
door.
we do have a results
Please direct your attention
girl
to
here.
this
Well,
nearby-
I felt
this floor
bad.
panel is 0 points.
I deprived
There's
everybody
regulation
of the
lanes,
beautiful daddy
suggesting
last week
unauthorized
because I was upset and
modification.
everybody
Yep.
was misbehaving with the vote.
They deserved it. They were cheating.
But here's the thing. Our lovely, lovely results girl, Danny, is probably going to be away for a little bit.
Wow.
Well, I think the last time we get to see her before, she becomes about, 7 pounds less attractive.
Kick that sprat in the head.
Carried her. Yeah, before they rip that little thing that she's to be carried around, it's going to be shitting and pissing on everything. It's the greatest results girl ever. Here she is.
Danny, reading results so dandy. Watch you post that fanny all over the Patreon. Danny, that hot is so uncanny. Voice with that lemon shandy. Oh yeah, she's my creep girl.
Don't look directly into them or you will lose your eyesight.
I'm willing to take that risk. Danny, I have a question for you. Welcome to the show, by the way.
Thank you.
I heard a rumor that we're going to have a contest and you're going to be bottling your breast milk and sending it out to lucky listeners. Is that true?
Oh yeah, we'll sell it. Why not?
Oh no, we're not selling it. We're giving it away. I think selling it would be creepy.
Okay, well, you can win it probably.
You can win it. All right, that's.
Are we gonna have me win a bottle of breast milk contest? Because that's really fucking funny and awful.
I think we should.
Okay. Well, Danny, if you're gay, we'll give it away.
Oh my
Starving children. We're like, we're sending this out to Nebraska.
Who knows? Maybe the lucky whistler who wins to give it to a kid.
Yeah, that's true.
They probably won't do anything weird with it.
No, definitely not. No weirdos who watch this show.
Carl, I gotta tell you,
Yes.
Danny's condition made me come up with an amazing idea for a piece of creep-off merchandise.
Oh, I thought I just came up with one, but go ahead.
Why are
I
you
got
killing
something.
this
So
thing?
this is to give to anybody that you know that
I didn't want to go in there.
that is or may not be a creep-off fan. Either way, this will win them over, and it's important.
Okay.
Here it is. You know, a newborn baby onesie.
Right. Okay.
It's black. It has a creep-off logo on it. It says, "Please don't throw me."
Oh, that's actually could save lives.
That's
That's
what I'm
really
thinking.
good. That's
gonna
funny.
save more lives than Woke Dad's art studio. That's a good
Hey,
idea.
there he
It's gonna
is.
save more kids'
Probably.
lives than ESO being locked up.
Yes.
Little Lady K would have to wear that, like, for sure. All the time.
Why you gonna throw little Lady K around?
No! No, not that. I just wanted
If
to wear
she's
one.
wearing that onesie, she'll remember not to.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's correct. All right. I'm into it. Let's
Oh,
make it. Let's make it happen.
Danny, little Lady K is getting number 1. I'm gonna make that happen. We're getting one for little Lady K. So the baby is coming anytime. You said, you know, you're technically due within a week, but anything can happen between now and then. And we were just having this riveting conversation about a curtain, Danny. Tell me about this curtain you were speaking of.
Oh yeah. So I'm getting a C-section, so you know they usually have like a curtain covering like your bottom half while you're awake, and they'll just
He's
like,
running in
numb you or
circles?
whatever and take the baby out. But apparently you have the option now where you can get a clear curtain so you can see everything while it's happening, and that just sounds.
So who can see everything? So you can see
The
everything?
mother can see everything.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
weird.
can watch
Squish.
my baby being taken out.
I'm on it.
Isn't that
I feel about
insane?
that.
Yeah, it sounds scary.
You don't need to see that? Yeah, that sounds right.
I honestly feel like clear curtain birth should be on the wheel. Like that sounds terrible.
What about clear curtain abortion?
I'm keen.
Oh my god.
That would be fun. Let's put that on the wheel.
Do we have to perform it?
It's only going to be legal for the next week or so, so we better get on it.
Oh, good point. So we're very.
Yeah, we have to make it happen and perform it. It's going to take a while.
Watch this.
All right. Well, I mean, it's not the average time it takes you to do.
Sure. I was thinking the same thing.
Roughly 7 to 8
I
months.
knew you'd say that. You shouldn't have an abortion 8 months in.
Well, no, it's gonna take you a while to find the girl.
Yeah, that's good.
Science and that's get involved. So, Danny, we love you. We're very, very excited. Please keep us, abreast of what's going on.
Yeah, that would be spectacular if you could do that.
Yeah, let us know what's going on, and we will make sure the listeners know.
Okay, that sounds good.
I too was
Probably
watching
be
that
out
one.
for a couple weeks, so there's a lot going on, so you know, we'll see. I'll definitely keep you updated.
We offer a very generous maternity package here at the Free Pop. So you take your time. And are you nervous? Are you getting excited about it? It's almost there.
Both.
Yeah?
Like, a week is so close, and it's probably going to be a really long week at the same time, you know.
It's gonna be a longer 18 years.
That's true. That's true.
Or 16 when she leaves the house, whichever comes first.
Oh, jeez. If she's
Wow,
thinking of
Carl.
me.
There you go. Well, Danny, you're gonna have a fantastic birthing experience and a new wonder in your life. It's gonna be very exciting for everyone. We're happy for you.
Thank you so much.
Your little miracle is coming.
It's
Yeah.
a miracle.
It kind of is.
Yeah.
Considering she was on birth control, so yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, gee. If this kid doesn't cure cancer, you fucked
Right?
up.
Something, yeah. She's got to be like crazy.
It's an interesting armor. It's like stacked.
I don't even know.
Well, we will see you on the other side, and best of luck, Danny. Godspeed.
Thank you,
Thanks,
guys.
Danny.
Good luck. Good luck with that C-section.
You know, pregnancy really ruins results girls. It ruins Isotopes go-go dancers. It's how I lose more women than I work with.
Frankly, I'd rather she go work at a bank
Anything else
than this.
I remember we used to have a girl who did that. How was Jess doing?
Okay, she's probably okay.
Should reach out to her.
We haven't seen her in any articles lately.
Toss
so
ball
we're
sounds
all right.
gross to me.
Oh,
well.
Carl, I think it's time for a competition, buddy. You want to tell everybody what we're going with this
Yeah,
week?
of course, because everyone's so excited about
No,
this
I'm gonna
election.
keep her with that because I
We
like the little
decided to
moon man
find
on her
the
butt.
Creepiest person who ever ran for president of the United States of America.
Now, here's the one caveat. We decided that it cannot be someone who's actually won.
Right. It has to be someone who ran and did not win.
Yeah, so a lot of you people are going, they're going to pick Trump and Harris. Are wrong. Well, you can pick Harris.
You can pick
technically.
Harris. Yeah, that's correct.
Technically, you can pick Harris.
Yes.
But-
Next year, she will be my creep in this category.
Can't wait. So, folks, let's, without any further ado, start this up. Carl, ring that bell, and I'm going first because I won the last round.
All right, let's see what you got.
That's really
My
good
previous
armor.
presidential candidate ran 3 times.
Well, I'm gonna have Felix
Yeah,
wear
3
this
times for
because it's
president.
not his team.
Did not win, obviously. But they say, Carl, there's no such
And he
thing
looks
as
like a dork.
perfect candidate.
Right.
But on paper,
Oh, look
this
at
guy
him.
might be it.
Oh.
Little
You
dork.
can't come close. His name's Jonathan
You look like a
Sharkey,
dweeb.
Okay.
I voted for him.
He was a drummer since he was a kid. He also plays guitar. He was endorsed by Soul Tone Cymbals, Carl. He also put out a record of Elvis Presley cover songs.
Wow, I'm voting for him tomorrow.
What a
I can't
cool
wait.
guy. If RFK did that,
right?
He wouldn't be endorsing other people. He'd be the candidate. If there was an RFK Elvis cover album. He worked as a professional wrestler, Carl.
Okay, now I see what's going on here.
He billed himself as Rocky Flash.
Okay.
He worked for Larry Sharp's WWA.
Was he? Did he ever wrestle AJ from the Big Justice and Costco guys fame?
Sure didn't.
Okay.
Sure didn't. But you know what? I will say this. He has good taste in wrestlers. His favorite wrestlers are Ric Flair and Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Okay.
Good
Cool.
choices.
All right, so he's not a creep. Great. All right.
No,
my
no,
turn.
no, no,
Oh,
no, Carl. I'm not done.
Oh.
I'm not done telling you how great this guy is. He did all of these things, Carl.
Yeah.
He did all of these things while being undead. Can you fucking believe it?
Oh, that's amazing.
That's right, Carl. Because my creep today, Joshua Shockey, or sorry, Jonathan Sharkey, not John. Fucking thinking.
You may want to undead your brain for a second.
I've been saying Jeremy Shockey every time I try to say his name all day today. Here's a picture of him.
I'm the best there ever was.
Oh, okay. So he could actually run for president for the next like 800 years.
Yes, that's right, Carl, because he is a living
KO.
dead. He is the undead, the living dead. He is a vampire. Not just any vampire, Carl. He's the unofficial leader of Vampire Nation.
Is that a TV show I don't know about?
No, it's just the thing this asshole made up.
I know what we do in the shadows. I don't know about Vampire Nation.
Well, let me tell you something about this guy. This guy is a self-proclaimed direct descendant of Vlad the Impaler.
Oh, okay.
In fact, that's the name
allegedly.
he went by.
Is that what 21 and Me told him?
21 and alone is what this guy should be. Jonathan the Impaler Sharkey, he goes by. In fact, Carl, he died once. He tried to commit suicide and he died. He took a bunch of pills and they said he was dead.
People,
That
Bobo,
he was
please.
alive again. In fact, he uses this all the time to explain to people how he actually is a vampire. And when you say he's a vampire, you're going to ask me the question, does he drink blood?
Well, actually, I want to ask you this question. Was that his wrestling gimmick?
No.
He really missed out here. They've never had a vampire before, have they?
They've got a ton of vampires. There's Vampiro. There's there was Gangrel who would drink the chalice of blood.
Responsible for the early decomposition of this body's surface tissue.
Vampire wrestler. Vince McMahon.
Further analysis indicates
Rocket War V
Evans'
wants to know how
fatal
much for a
injuries
Mustache
were
ride on
sustained
this
from
guy.
blunt force trauma
You
to
probably
the
get
back
it
of the
cheap
skull,
these days.
and his head collided with the
But
ground.
does he drink blood?
Womp womp
Yes.
womp.
Yes, human blood.
Respiratory
He said he
analysis
started
concludes
drinking human blood
Evan was
at
not
age
intoxicated
5.
at time of death.
Because of course he's not a liar. He's running
There
for
are traces
president.
of blood on Evan's hands,
He
Inspector.
says
What was that in like 1623 or something? Or was
Around
he
there.
5?
Around
Okay.
there. He actively consumes
Analysis
the blood of his
concludes
girlfriends
this blood
and
is human
mistresses twice
type
a
A.
week.
Medical
The rest of the
records
time, Carl,
indicate
he sticks to
Evan
cow and
O'Connell's
pig
blood
blood.
is type
Okay.
O.
Okay.
Fucking disgusting.
Yeah, there's other things you can drink from a cow.
I don't know who Amelia is, and I'm not smart enough
Back in
to do so.
2001, Carl, something happened in America.
If you
I
wish
think
to
you remember. It was
question
called
Amelia's
9/11.
duo,
I do remember
Flood
that.
And
scheduling
he was
record.
very, very, very upset about that.
I was too.
Well, we all were. And he thought he discovered his true calling. Not just to be an unruling, undying, killing
Nice of them to
monster
put
of the
exit
night.
signs.
He realized what he needed to do was kick all the Muslims out of the country and make America great again.
Well, your town wasn't like any different, Parvati.
But before I go there, I
That's
forgot to play you a
impressive.
clip. Do you remember how I said just a couple minutes ago about how this guy
You.
claims to have died?
Yeah. Yeah, he committed suicide.
Yeah. His ex-wife is going to talk a little bit about him committing suicide.
Okay.
Here's a little clip.
Why,
Rocky
hello
made
there.
us all believe
Goodness,
that
I
he was
always
dead.
enjoy seeing guests,
Jonathan
but
had
it's
everyone
been so
believe
long
that
since
he
I've
was
chatted
dead.
face to face that I about
He
hopped
just
out of my skin at the
informed
sight of you.
everybody through
Excuse
friend
me,
that
I should introduce
away.
myself, though you might know me already,
Carl,
just not
you
by
can
name.
call everybody I know
I'm
and tell them
Bellhop
that I died.
Sullivan.
Okay,
You've
I'll do
likely
that.
heard
Okay.
my
Sounds fun.
dulcet tones
But
through the
There's that
elevator
guy,
intercom.
John Breaks Bad News.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get a hold of him actually. Somebody gave me his number, but I lost it. But he'd be a good guy to get to do that. Have you ever heard of that guy?
Now that our introductions
What
are
he does,
out
like,
the
if
way.
you have to like break up with your girlfriend or give some shitty news to someone, you hire him and then he does
Well,
it on his
yes,
internet
but
show.
having
That's
an
awesome. Yeah, it's
operator
fun.
certifies
Start
that the
doing
right
that. If you have
guests end
bad
up on
news
the
that you want us to
top
break to
floor.
somebody,
Yes.
We
leave us a
wouldn't want
voicemail. We will
tossball
call them
players
for you. We'll take care of
Plus,
it.
There's always
Now,
the
Carl,
risk a
they,
guest
the interviewer
chips
there
a
asked
nail
a few more
or
questions
loses
about
a
this.
ring on a button.
So were
It's
you
an extra
around when
effort,
he-
but the
he
Grand Colonial
had
that
his
and
suicide
the
attempt?
elevator still works if I'm ever not
120
around.
minutes that he took?
I do take occasional breaks and sleep every so
Never
often.
happened. It never happened. It was all a lie. It was all a make-up, make-believe. Another one of Rocky,
Norbert,
Jonathan, Kathleen, whatever you want to call him,
sometimes leaves something-
fantasies that he tried to make everybody believe.
You're telling me this politician's a liar?
This guy?
Yeah.
I can't believe it.
Yeah, he is. So he lied to everybody, told them all he was dead. He's not. It's 2001 now.
Unfortunately
Now
not.
he's
For
an
what it's
undead
worth,
guy, but he's
the
decided
murder-
that
but I'm sure
he is going to
you've
be a
heard the rumor
politician, and
about
he is going to go save America. And who in their fucking right mind would
Well,
take this guy seriously or have them on his show, Carl?
Slug claims they've got the problem under
Let's
control.
find out.
So you're not. So what? I think what you're saying, Impaler, is that you're not.
You're just here to push buttons? What if I
simply
kill
a
you?
Vampire. You're a right-wing vampire.
Heads up, jackass!
Correct. I'm an American. I'm not going
Good.
to
I'm
sell my
not ham,
people
man. I'm
out.
not against it. That's my favorite kind of vampire.
I was gonna say that would be Tucker's favorite kind of vampire. He beat me to it. Oh,
So-
God. Tucker, I'm glad he got rid of the bow tie thing. That's not a good look right there.
Back in his MSNBC days, Carl.
Yep.
Now he talks a little bit more. They start asking him some questions about his
It's
stances.
hard-hitting news. I didn't realize that Tucker Carlson was giving these important interviews even back then.
Certainly was.
Sharky, thanks a lot for coming on.
Yeah, that
Tucker,
was
please
funny.
Call me Jonathan. How are you doing
I'm
tonight?
doing okay. I like to call you the Impaler. So you're a
Go for
vampire. What does that
yes,
mean? You're
I'm
a
a
vampire.
sanguinarian vampire. I'm a blood feeder.
He's a blood
Wow.
feeder. Okay. Now, Tucker
I'll vote
asked
for
a
that
really
guy.
great question here. And this is the thing where I want you to realize that maybe we are dealing with not just a fun-loving guy who wants to pretend he's a vampire. Maybe we are dealing with a creep. Okay.
Hollywood has been so kind to make a vampire, especially his feeding practices, to be so romantic and erotic. You'd be surprised
How
how
the
many
hell could I
women
not
have
have heard
come up
about
to me,
it?
especially
You
when I
couldn't
hang
leave our
out in New
rooms
York
earlier while
City,
security was
wanting
looking
to
for
be
evidence.
fed. I'm talking sophisticated, very rich women who enjoy the lure of being romanced by a vampire.
There's a
That's right,
Waspito
Carl.
in my sandwich.
Tucker said, where do you get the blood from? He says,
you
the
all right?
women, they're just running all over themselves to come to me to get bitten.
before I bit into
Do you believe that, Vinny?
Dead,
Oh, we're going to get there.
Okay.
We're going to get there.
Isn't
But
there
he
more-
said that they're sophisticated women. These
Isn't there more to
sophisticated
being a
women.
vampire than just drinking blood?
you
Like,
gonna
isn't
eat
there
the
like
Waspito
turning
or
into
not?
a bat,
If
not
not,
being able to be in the
I finished my
sunlight,
friend.
flying and stuff?
Yeah, you would think,
I
but
would think so.
this guy doesn't do any of those things. He just has to drink the blood to be stronger.
Oh, okay.
And that's what he says. So, again, this year this would have been perfect because
If that's all
Halloween
it takes,
was last
then
week.
Vinny,
the
you're,
elections this
you're
week.
basically a werewolf at this point. That all it takes is like having hair all over your body.
Oh, what do you want me to tell you, buddy?
All right.
So this guy also talks to Tucker right up his alley about how tough on crime he wants to be. He claims that certain criminals under his administration, instead of being put in jail, Carl, here's his platform. They will be brought to me, and they will be brutally tortured and impaled.
Okay. Is biting people and drinking their blood against the law?
Not if you're the president.
Okay. Got it.
Now, upon them being found guilty of their crimes, I'll beat them, torture them, dismember them, and decapitate them, he said.
That sounds unconstitutional.
You sure that's They also asked him what his thoughts on George W. Bush was, because obviously he's running against him in the 2004 election.
Sure.
He said he was a pussy commie, and that once he was in office, he would make sure that he was convicted of war crimes in Iraq, and then he would be impaled on the White House lawn.
All right, I agree with one of those things.
Yep. Yeah, there's definitely should be impaled on the White House lawn.
Obviously.
That's what Carl said. Carl said that Secret Service. So the Secret Service gets involved after he starts saying all this stuff. So now he's on their radar because he's threatening the president with murder. So there's some problems that started happening during this campaign, Carl. A criminal complaint says while he was running for president in 2007, a 16-year-old girl in Indiana wrote a message of support on his MySpace page. She told police they began dating online. Yeah. This guy just isn't awesome.
Yep.
Yeah, here, let me go back to the awesome picture.
Okay.
I already did this.
She told police they began dating online, and then he started threatening her. She tried to break off
Maybe,
the
no.
relationship. Her father told police that he called Sharkey, and Sharkey continued to call the girl and write letters to her parents. Now, she told police that in a desperate attempt, she made a big mistake. To get him to leave her alone, she emailed him and said that, quote, I was a member of an elite vampire society now, a vampire hunter society, and that he needs to stay.
Remember with Buffy?
She's in the Van Helsing boys now, and if you come by me, you're gonna run into problems, and that if you continue to date me, you're gonna be.
Are you related to Parvati?
And,
Vinny, I'm getting flashbacks to the time we did the previous pro wrestler.
Yeah.
And you were just telling me about storylines that were
This
just
is
made
a real
up.
thing that happened.
None of this is real.
Carl, this is very real.
Okay.
Because he ends up getting arrested over this because he starts threatening her even more. How dare you threaten me? I am the leader of the Vampire Nation.
Okay.
And he goes all fucking crazy.
Okay, so those people are
He
hostile.
ends up getting arrested and charged with felony
They
harassment
aren't.
for 2 misdemeanors, coercion with the threat to inflict bodily harm, and coercion with the threat to expose a secret or disgrace.
Yeah, Concom makes a good point. We should have brought Adam Bush on for this episode. He's probably met this guy before in his vampire
I
slaying
would
days.
love to find out if he's met this guy. So he's supposed to go back to court for these charges, but he doesn't show up. He skips town. Okay? They catch him hiding in Tennessee. They extradite him
Fine.
back to Indiana.
Should act as a.
Now,
You ever
do
need
remember how my
anything,
dad
come find-
threatened a judge?
I do.
He did it in the court, like to the guy's face.
Yeah, it was fun.
Well, let me tell you what this numbnut did.
Claus, you didn't find my
He
story,
went to the
did
public
you?
library in
Sakes
Indiana,
alive, that's
and he
embarrassing
wrote
as all
an email
hell.
threatening to
I guess
quote,
I should have
beat,
hit it better.
torture, impale, dismember, and
Well, since
decapitate
there's no
Judge
way to
David
put the leather
Serto,
boa back in
the
the
judge who was
skinning
overseeing
machine,
this
I-
harassment case.
That had to be good for a laugh.
Yeah.
Back at the courthouse, right?
But no, they were like, you can't.
Oh, they took that seriously?
They took that
Only a
very
second
seriously.
Someone's taking this guy seriously.
Obviously,
I
wouldn't
don't know.
submit
I
it
don't
to be
understand
turned
what
into
world we're
cereal
living in.
until
I
it was
know.
draft
If the
4.
vampire said he's going to beat
I
you
mean-
up, like, oh, okay, what happened?
The
I wouldn't
vampire
submit
says
it to
he's
be
gonna
serialized
cut
at
off
all.
your head and impale you.
Yeah, like, okay,
Now,
sure.
what can I lend a hand with?
But he claimed it wasn't me. I didn't do it. The record show came from the public library, so they went. They asked the librarian, "Has anybody who looked like this been here?" Oh yes, the vampire guy. He was in here on the state, writing terroristic threats to a judge. Yeah, I remember. I saw what he was doing. So he ends up getting interviewed by the newspapers, asking him if he had sent this email, and he said, "quote What I said was, in a motion, once David Serto is found guilty in court, I will beat him, torture him, impale him, dismember him, then decapitate
I think this is one of the
him,
few times
but
where I'm gonna rewind to
only
kill.
after he was found guilty, and once
I
he
mean,
was
I got
arrested,
away with it,
with
but I
a
mean,
warrant which would be signed by
I kind of
President
liked her
Bush,
being the
he would be
elevator voice
arrested, and
lady.
then these things would happen.
Okay, that seems reasonable.
He's like,
So
John,
congratulations, you lived.
Oh, I will fucking dismember you and fucking murder you and decapitate you and impale you. But in the ring,
I didn't
only in
threaten
the ring.
anyone. You do terms of service.
Hear about the murder? How the hell did I
didn't
not
threaten
agree?
anyone.
Oh God, this guy's fucking incredible.
Yeah.
So guess what? He
Right,
gets
doesn't say what.
He gets 2 years in prison.
Guess what?
He gets
Fine.
Vinny,
Should
guess
act.
what?
2 years in prison.
Probably
Okay,
not.
2 years.
Do you
For
think
that
they would
ego.
hire
For that
somebody
ego,
else?
yeah. So he's out in February
Now,
2010. Carl there's another election season coming up, and he decides this time he's going to run for governor of Minnesota and then run for president again.
He's like, those people vote for anyone. I mean, how crazy do you have to be to not win the governor of Minnesota?
Yeah, so he decides he's going to run for governor of Minnesota, and he's hanging out in Minnesota, and that's when
All right.
he gets into another relationship with another girl. But unfortunately, this time it wasn't the parents getting involved. It was the National Center for Missing and Exploited Youth.
Yeah, right, exactly. What a waste of
They sure
labor
do.
hours.
In fact, they had to issue an endangered runaway alert after concerns were issued by friends and family of a 16-year-old girl named Paige Brewer. She apparently ran away with Sharky to New Jersey from Minnesota when they met online. And then in blog posts that he's writing because he's getting ready for his Minnesota run, he indicates his intentions to marry this 16-year-old. He discusses his wedding plans as well as plans to emancipate her from the mother's legal grasp.
Hey, Jonathan,
find
she's
my
not going to be
missing man?
16 forever.
Sort
All right,
of.
just enjoy it while it lasts and then move on.
So
Shit.
once the police got involved, everything got
fucking
involved. He was like,
inconvenient.
fuck, I've
What
already been in
happened?
prison. I can't handle that anymore. He returns her to Minnesota, blames the mother on a smear campaign.
Well, shit.
But then he decides,
I'm
you know what,
listening.
fuck this.
He really is a politician. That's what you do.
I'm moving to Florida.
Ah, yes, that's where
What do
everybody
you mean?
goes who's lived a clean life.
And this is
That
that was
doesn't mean much,
February of
Inspector. You'd be
2010.
amazed at how
By
much of
March
each other's
2010,
blood
he has
get on
moved
each
to
other.
Florida,
It's disgusting.
and CBS, a
Without
reporter
proof,
from
I have to
CBS,
consider
met him at
Evan's
the
death
bus
an
stop
accident.
or at the
Because
Greyhound
frankly,
station
I don't have
to
time
have a
to consider
conversation with
anything
him.
else.
I like that he
Thanks for
travels
chasing
with the
Evan
people.
down and saving me
that's
some
the kind of guy I
legwork.
want to vote for.
New
for
day.
president. Guy takes the Greyhound.
The guy who had to borrow money to take a Greyhound, yeah.
You
So
suck.
this is
Imagine
excerpts from the
Secret
story.
Service getting on that bus with them. Excuse me, ma'am. I'm sorry. You're going to get off this bus. We need 12 more guys.
So, by March 2010, CBS runs this story on him. Sharky, 45, spent Friday on a Greyhound bus with his new fiancée, Adriana Foster,
Found another one that quick, huh?
a 19-year-old girl from Ohio that he met
Better.
online.
Better.
Now, she too believes she's a vampire.
Oh, that means I didn't
And this is
pickpocket
a
the
quote that he gave CBS.
the chef.
And this is why this
Okay, I
man
gotta
is
go
in
do that then.
You say she believes she is. I like to confirm with vampires and give them vampire affirming care.
Sure. So did everybody who met this asshole.
So when the Rizzo spokesman
He says,
I think.
I haven't dated a girl older than 19 since 2006.
But I don't see the item I took from him.
Is that good?
No, not really. Said the man as his 19-year-old daughter and his 2-year-old grandson met him at the Greyhound station. So he's there with a girl who's the same age as his daughter that's picking him up at the Greyhound station. Ugh. Now, the sources confirmed the Secret Service has had to keep him on file and on their radar since he moves around the country. He lives in Florida now, not running for anything. The last time he lost was in 2012 to Obama, obviously. And
I don't think he lost to Obama.
Sure he did. He was running. He lost to Obama. He didn't win.
Okay.
Now, he has not run in any other races since then.
Okay, good.
So he's kind of disappeared. I've been trying to find out where he is and if he's been in any more legal trouble. Still runs the trail ran stale, buddy. I couldn't find anything past this graphic.
Trail ran stale. That's a show title right there.
Yeah. 2012, this was one of his ABC News graphics. Jonathan Sharky the
I love
Impaler.
that they put it Republican with those other descriptors. That's fucking fantastic. He's a vampire, he drinks blood, he's known as the Impaler, he's a Republican.
Vampire, actor, and wrestler.
That's great.
There's been multiple
What
documentaries
is
out about
this?
guy.
Is it really?
Yeah.
You should have pulled some clips from that. It would have been more interesting than your
I have
presentation.
one more.
I
have one more. I have a last
Tommy
one.
Wiseau vibes right there.
Certainly does. Here's a fun
Somebody
fact.
wrote this and put this in the game in this guy's
Probably
pocket
just
for
what
no
he was talking
reason.
about him. Here's a fun fact, maybe why I couldn't
I
find
love
anything else about him.
One of the reasons that I left him was because Rocky had told me he felt more like a woman than a man, and that he was going to get a sex change. But what was even more of a shock was seeing
Be right back.
Indiana dressed as a woman.
Can you pause it
This
real
is
quick?
when he went fugitive
Is he from Transylvania?
Yes.
from Indiana. And when he took off his jacket, when he got out of the car, I noticed he had stuff, bro. He had The man actually had food. He was wearing a bra.
Oh no.
A bra with stuff?
No.
He had
He actually
female breast.
Yes, he does.
Implants? Or
No.
Like
they
Greg
can't. I don't think
Opie
they-
Hughes size, or
I don't know.
She doesn't know, Carl.
was it obvious
That he was a man? No. When he wears female underwears, female panties, he kind of like tucks it between his legs. I think the man is basically
you think? You talking about Helga Man at the end there? What's going on?
I'm talking about Jonathan Sharkey, the creepiest guy to ever run for president. Ladies and gentlemen, you're to be able to vote for him at creepoff.com.
All right, let me, before anyone goes to vote, I do want to thank the people who are helping us celebrate Super Chat Monday.
Yeah, let's
starting with Joseph Collins, $5. Thank you very much. I was listening to the Scream Bloody Gore by the band Death. Now it's the Creep Pop. You're having a good Monday.
Fucking awesome, dude.
Having a very good Monday.
Rock War B, thanks for $5. Wouldn't be surprised if Sharky was the inspiration from Twilight, especially the whole dating high school girls thing.
Yeah.
Okie dokie.
Ebony says, guy makes Vigo the what the
Carpathian.
You read this one.
Guy makes Vigo the Carpathian grand plan of haunting a painting to suckle on Sigourney Weaver's boobs seems sane. Postcards available in the gift shop.
Okay.
He's talking about Ghostbusters 2.
Gotcha. Yeah, I forgot about that. That was the worst Ghostbusters. Oh wait, there's one with women in it.
There's
Never
like
mind.
2 more that are worse than that at this
Okay.
point, dude.
My bad.
Okay.
I'm not keeping up.
All right, we got one more. No, we're good.
Let's get into what's going to be the winner this week for creepiest politician running for president. And that's right, I am bringing John Edwards in 2004. He ran for
John Edwards?
Yeah.
The smiley guy from North Carolina?
Yeah, North Carolina senator, 1998, became the senator, and then in 2004 he said, you know what, this George W. Bush guy, I don't like him very much.
How many underage girls did he bang?
Well, we'll find out. So, how many did your guys bang?
A couple.
They're just on MySpace together. They're just sending messages to each other. In 2004, he ran for president, but suspended his campaign and actually ran as John Kerry's running mate. Remember that?
I do. Kerry Edwards.
He could have been the vice president, but they couldn't beat George W. Bush somehow. So then in 2008, he ran for president again, and he had a lot of support for that too. He was one of the front runners and in the primaries. Now, the problem is that he was cheating on his wife. And if you want to play my my first clip here, he was denying it. The National Enquirer was covering it. He was saying there's no extramarital affair. And this guy actually ran on family values. And he says a lot of things that make him look foolish.
They all run on family values.
We begin with a story that's sending shockwaves through the presidential campaign. After months of denials, former candidate John Edwards admitted today that he had an extramarital affair while his wife was battling cancer, though he denied reports that he fathered a child out of wedlock.
Okay, so hold on. Number one,
yes,
your wife's dying of cancer.
Battling.
You're a man, you got needs, you're trying to run for president. You want to lead the free world? You got to go bother your dying wife for a handy?
Yeah, it's probably not a good look. You might want to just jerk it to porn for a few months while you're running for president.
The Wired Christian just nailed it. Cancer, sex,
It can. Yep, that's
Good
true.
advice.
All right, so
Just jerk
my
off.
clip number 2. It's interesting that the mainstream media didn't know anything about this, and they weren't covering it. But you know who was? The National Enquirer. They're on top of this shit.
God bless them.
For 2 weeks, it's been the biggest story never told, at least not by the mainstream media. The report in the National Enquirer tabloid that former Senator John Edwards had fathered a child by 44-year-old video producer Relly Hunter, had lied about it throughout his presidential campaign, had been caught by Enquirer reporters visiting Hunter and the baby at a Beverly Hills hotel in the middle of the night, and had literally run away from them. Today, after repeatedly refusing to talk about the story,
stupid me.
Edwards told a TV interviewer yes and no. Yes, he'd had an affair with Hunter. No, he wasn't the father of her child. Hunter and an Edwards aide, Andy Young, both said publicly months ago that Young was the father, though the birth certificate lists no name for the father.
I don't know who Amelia is.
So it's a mystery now. And he's denying. He's like, okay, I had an affair. You got me. But I'm not having children out of wedlock. That's crazy. Are you nuts? I'm running on family values. There's no way I'm doing that.
I feel like I want to quote Arrested Development when you show the picture of the woman. Her
Oh, now
It
it's
wasn't the
this
most
gun.
flattering photo of her.
This missile launcher.
Here to Carl.
But generally speaking, no. I switch guns too often. There's too many good guns, and too many guns do different things and fit situations differently, so I switch pretty often. And now that you mention it, it is time to mix it up again.
Your tale of a powerful public man with private flaws. For one thing, John Edwards' wife, Elizabeth, has
that's his wife, never mind.
closest political partner. Diagnosed with breast cancer just after the 2004 election, she has suffered a life-threatening recurrence, which John Edwards cited in the course of his 2008 campaign. And last fall, in an interview with Katie Couric, Edwards himself cited infidelity as a character flaw voters might well count as disabling in a potential president.
For a lot of Americans, including the family that I grew up with, I mean, it's fundamental to how you judge people and human character. Whether you keep your word, whether you keep what is your ultimate word, which is that you love your spouse and you'll stay with them.
It's amazing these people could just lie like that. Politicians are another type of breed.
I
aren't
don't
they?
like how squinty he is while he say that. Yeah, till death do us part.
Yeah, boom
Yeah.
head
I
chatter
don't think
here.
you should vote for a guy who cheats on his wife, he says. Okay, John, no problem. I'm with you on that. But then when he gets caught, though, because this is before he was caught, obviously, in 2007. Then when he was caught, he made it clear that you can't be upset with him because he's so upset with himself. I love this defense.
That's hysterical.
Yeah.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby.
Today, in a written statement, Edwards said, quote,
Physical
in the course of
analysis
several
reveals this to be a
campaigns, I
trait of
started to
Rizzo's
believe that I was
spectrum
special and became
based on bottle
increasingly
shapes and
egocentric
label
and
type.
narcissistic.
Chemical
If you want to beat me
analysis
up, feel
reveals
free.
this is not a
You
grain of
cannot
Rizzo's
beat me up
spectrum
more
vodka
than I have
based
already
on
beaten
flavor
up
notes
myself.
and presence
I
of
have been
excess
stripped
ethanol.
bare.
Okay, what
You
is
can't
it?
be mad at me.
Super
I'm mad
poison?
at me.
You know, I have to say, if being an egomaniac and cheating on your wife is disqualified, half the country's got to stay home tomorrow.
Correct. That is correct. But, Vinny, it's actually worse than just cheating on your wife and having this affair while your wife is battling cancer and talking about how you would never vote for someone who would do something like that. He's all about family.
No, I
He's
don't.
father
I
of
don't
the
wonder what their
year
angle is.
At one point.
Was it to the child whose birth certificate his name was not on?
No, it wasn't for that kid when he won
Okay.
Father of the Year.
Okay.
But no, it's worse than all that. My next clip here.
John Edwards accepted nearly $1 million in illegal campaign contributions from two wealthy donors that used the money to hide his affair.
So it's even worse than that, because now he's getting campaign contributions and he's putting that money right into cover-up time. Oh, I got a problem? I'll just throw some money at it and it'll go away. said John
Not,
Edwards.
wait a second. Not my money, though.
No, definitely not my money. Just money that people donate because they think I'm going to be a great president.
Oh, man.
Now, you notice that he's denying his name's not on the birth certificate. He's denying that he's the father. He said that the affair was over long before it's even possible for him to be the father.
Right.
My clip number 5.
Okay. Now, is this the one where he starts drinking pig and cow blood?
Nope.
You are the father.
That's right. He is the father of Quinn, Hunter's daughter, and he even denied this to Bob Woodward. He had a Bob Woodward interview, and he was being taken to task here, and he denied it. And Hunter was watching this on TV as he's going, "Yeah, no, Quinn's not my kid. Definitely not." And let's see how that made her feel.
Also, in reading the book, and I know you've read the majority of it as well, these moments, we are very familiar of Bob Woodruff's interview with John Edwards, where he denied that Quinn was his daughter. And Rielle writes that she was actually watching the interview with John Edwards. And what was her reaction?
She was devastated. She was furious. Afterwards, she said to him, "Wow, that really hurt." And he said, "Didn't mean anything. It
Nice.
didn't mean anything." And there are other episodes like that in
He
our
means it.
excerpt as well. They have these moments where he does something terrible, they break up for 24 hours, and then they're back together again.
Great guy, huh? He's like, "How could you deny that on TV?" He's like, what are you going to do? What are you going to do about it?
It meant nothing. I thought he was talking about the night they spent together.
Probably. He's just like, "Oh, did you get your feelings hurt? Do you want me to call you a ambulance for your little feelings?" He doesn't give a fuck about her. So he finally does confess.
He was actually standing on the top of his wife's grave talking on a cell phone while he had that conversation.
He finally does confess.
Pretty callous motherfucker.
And he does it with just a written statement from 7.
First, John Edwards
Deleted.
affair. Then he admitted lying about the affair, but denied
Can you
filing
stop
a
with this like hurting my neck stuff, buddy?
Turns out that was a lie too. And
Can you
now
lay
he
somewhere
admits
else?
The child is his.
Extraordinary human being.
This
Father of the
former
year.
Father of the year, who often talked about family and responsibility on the campaign trail,
You're really hurting my neck.
to each other, issued a statement apologizing and saying, quote, "I am Quinn's father. It was wrong for me ever to deny she was my daughter. These words will never be enough, but I am truly sorry."
He's done. You know, he's been trashed by his wife, by all of his former campaign staff, and the fact that he was lying about having a child for 2 years with another woman.
So the only reason why he came out and confessed is because this book was coming out by Andrew Young, who worked for him, that was going to explain all this stuff. He's like, oh, fuck, I better get out in front of that. He was never going to confess to any of this shit except for he got caught. And that's what he's sorry about.
Wonderful customer.
Obviously.
Sure.
Thank you for
That's
giving my
the
humble
politician.
existence
Sorry,
value.
I got caught.
He also
I can't tell if she's
was
happy
fucking
or
with Hunter's
dying on
head.
the inside.
My clip 8 when he was
I
telling her,
sure am.
you think you're
Good
my only
lamps
side
you got
piece?
on you to
Is that
take
what you
notice.
think?
He tells her that he has 3 other women on the side at the time that
Now
they
I'd
met.
love to get
because
you
he's
something.
trying to
Maybe
keep
a
his
couple
distance from her.
something.
He doesn't want
No.
her to get
Like,
too
I can
attached.
sell it to
Then
you at a
later she says,
low,
well,
low
those
price.
women I made up, but there were
No.
affairs before that.
Okay. So he's trying to manipulate her. He's like, I got all these bitches. You don't even know. He thinks he's Chris D'Elia or something. He's acting like he is. So what about the wife, though? What about Elizabeth? This poor woman with breast cancer
Our alcohol
who
stocks
thought
are
that her
larger than
husband
ever.
loved her,
And a good thing
was
too,
supporting her,
because
was
I
really
just
just out
can't seem
banging
to
other
stop
broads.
myself from getting
What
into
did she
them.
do when she found
Our
out the
products
news?
are
This
just
is crazy.
that good.
Clip number 9.
Elizabeth requested all the tapes I'd made of the campaign. She locked herself in a room to watch.
I'm gonna
On
put
one
you out of your
tape,
misery.
She saw Johnny walking into a room and his reaction to seeing me. She apparently told him that he never once looked at her the way he looked at me. So she took that bit and put it on her computer as a screensaver in order to watch it over and over again.
Meh.
So this woman was a
Let me see if I can
videographer
solve it
for
without
John's
killing
campaign.
her.
And so she was shooting all these videos of him, and the wife goes, I want to see those videos your mistress was shooting, and sees one where he's like looking lovingly at her, and she puts it as a screensaver so you can watch it every day and get more and more pissed off at her cheating husband. That seems like a crazy
Wish I could do
reaction.
that.
Oh, do what you want to
fun.
do with the time you got left.
Yeah, that's a
I'm
fun
going.
way to live out the rest of your days. I just have one more clip on here, Vinny, because I love the way this is edited. I know I usually rag on the media, mainstream media, but this is so well edited. I just love it.
We must do better. At the time of the affair, the Edwards announced
Thanks
that
for visiting
Elizabeth's
Rizzo's
cancer
Purple
had returned
Now
and
I'd
was
love to get you
incurable.
something.
Now we move
Maybe
on.
a couple.
Now we move on. Next thing. Moving on. So
No,
that is
sorry.
that is
The
my
only celebrity who
creepiest
shopped
politician running for
recently is
president,
Black
John
Hole Birdie.
Edwards, who
Quite
was
the
indicted by a
affable
federal
man,
grand
as it
jury
so
on
happens.
June 3rd, 2008
And the
on
stories
6
are
felony
wrong.
charges
He
of
could
violating
probably
multiple
let
federal
2
campaign
benches of
contribution laws to
players
cover
at
up
once,
this
not
extramarital
just
affair.
one. Laws, not just affable,
Carl.
but
Vote for
virile
Carl
too.
at creepoff.com.
Ooh, wait a
You are
minute.
going to lose
Now that he's
spectacularly.
both
We'll
dead,
see.
that
All
means
right,
Freddie's
Labor
single.
Mystic, thanks for the
Maybe
$2
I'll
nothing
strike
club
up a
this
little
week
more
and
than
gift some
conversation the
memberships,
next
and look
time
at that,
he
he
comes
did.
by.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yay, super chats.
We appreciate that, Labyrinth Mystic. If you just got gifted membership, you can watch Worthy's podcast live every Wednesday and Saturday.
Sadness
you also
is
get
a
2
big
bonus
old
shows every
waste
single month.
of
You can see those on
time.
the community
Besides,
tab on our
the sooner
YouTube.
I start
Yeah,
courting
I
him,
thought he
the
was gonna
sooner we
Creep Off
can
memberships. I
both
got
be
excited for a second.
happy.
Well, if you want to watch the Creep Off
Okay.
bonus episodes live
I'm
every
so
Friday,
glad you
can just
asked.
follow that little
The
QR code
orchards
up in
are
the
my
corner over
third
there by
favorite
Carl's head. It'll
subject,
take you right
with
over
my
to
first
Patreon.
We do
Rizzo's
simulcast
refreshing
this
drink
show.
and my
It's on
second
WTP
being
and the
Rizzo's
Creep Off
Some
channel.
That is
confectionaries.
correct. So
Our
if you
orchards
want to
have
get
a
the
source of
bonus
63% of
content
Rizzo's
on
total
YouTube, you can
produce,
become a member
which
of our Creep
correlates
Off
to
channel as well.
112% of fresh
And
goods
now we have
throughout
to
all
thank
of Halcyon.
Robot
Robot
Glock. Thanks for 20 bucks.
super chat.
Thank you very much for 20 bucks.
Carl, this one's up
Might
your
I recommend
alley.
one of our
The New York
fantastic
Times had the
tours?
Edwards baby story
One
in
of our
November of
options is
07
even
sat out.
audio-guided
New York
as a
Times
special
waited till
bonus
after the
feature.
Iowa and initial Dem primaries because if it came out before, John drops out and most of his
so glad
votes
you said
go
that.
to
Our
HRC.
tours are
New York
my
Times wanted
fourth
Edwards to
favorite
stay
subject.
in to help Obama win
Every
Iowa.
part of the orchards
See,
is
that's
so
fuck.
rich
I didn't even
with
see that
Rizzo's
part.
lore. Buy a
But
tour
that's
ticket
how
and anoint
liberal the New York
yourself with
Times
knowledge.
is. That they're actually, you're supposed to just report the news, not be part of it.
Now you're all mad at somebody for handicapping Hillary? Come on. Come on. Get your shit together,
We
Carl.
have 3 tour
I'm just saying,
options.
the New York Times has
Premium,
news to report, and then they
Premium
don't.
Plus, and the
I don't know why
golden
anyone
ticket.
pretends that that's
Each option is wonderful
legitimate
in its
newspaper.
Own special
Well, don't forget
way.
to vote for Penny at thecreepoff.com this week
Premium
if you don't
includes
like
a 10-minute pass
vampire
to the Sprout
pedos.
Petting Zoo. Premium Plus comes with the novelty
I
Purpleberry
can't wait
Remember,
to
and the
see
golden
Carl's
ticket is
Cop Camp.
audio guided in
Fight with
addition to
the
being
cops for
self-guided.
no reason. Will you please show me Carl's Cop Camp? Lose all your rights, ruin your life.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Huh? Oh,
Got a
no.
wild one today,
Rizzo
but
doesn't make me
we're changing
recommend the
things up.
tour.
This isn't going to be an
Helping
annoying
customers
woman
just
who
makes me even
bangs her
happier
head
than I
against the
already am.
window.
And that's
It's
saying
not
a
going to be
lot.
anything like that. It's not going to be
Happy
a
workers
drunk
lead to happy
bitch
customers.
trying
Happy-
to get her
I'm
way
pretty
out
sure
of a
her face
ticket.
is stuck Those videos are like chicken soup to me
I'm
at
not
this
quite
point.
sure
I
what
love
you
them.
mean.
They're so comforting.
There's
I
really
totally
nothing
agree.
better than feeling
But
a
it's time to
euphoric
change
sense of
things up. Let's
happiness
check
and
out who we're dealing with. We'll meet
Now, I'd
Todd
be pleased
together
as
here.
punch to sell you a tour ticket.
Gersler?
She's a good employee.
In December
Which kind would
2023,
you like?
dispatch received a report of an individual violating a restraining order
I'm so
in
sorry,
Sheboygan
but we're all
Falls,
sold out.
Wisconsin.
Can I
A
offer
woman
you a
stated
different
that she had
ticket
been
level?
living with 56-year-old Todd Hartzey,
sorry,
with whom she
but
was
we're
in a
all sold out.
relationship.
Can I
After
offer you
filing
a
for a
different
restraining
ticket
order
level?
against Todd, he was served with
You're in
illegal
luck.
papers
We
that
have
day.
one left.
In response,
Normally there are
he
100
physically
bits,
fought
but
with the
seeing
woman
how
at
I'm
the
sold
home,
out of everything
damaged
else,
property,
I can
and
give it to
threatened
you
to
for
burn
just
the house
90.
down.
How
He
does
then
that
attempted
sound?
by inhaling fumes from Axe body spray.
Okay, thanks.
That's great. Thank you
He
so
tried
much.
to kill himself by sucking down Axe body spray.
I think that
Sounds
anybody
like
who
a
does
John
that
move.
deserves to die. So
I don't think that's going to kill you. At one point, the cop's just like, I mean, you might get a little bit high or something, but I don't think that's going to kill you.
oh my god, your breath smells like a douchebag.
Oh, God. All right. So this guy, so they go to the house because they get this call. They're like, hey, my boyfriend.
Should I
have
put her
restraining
out of her
order. He's
misery?
Back in the house. He's threatening to burn the place down.
This does,
Acting
I don't know if
nuts.
it's consensual or
It's a little
not.
bit crazy as we're going to see when the police get there.
Come on, man. Dude, seriously. Get the away right now. Get.
Uh-oh.
Fire started. Away from me. Dude. And all the dogs are all doing it.
Whoa!
Go away. Dude, put it down. Go away. Put it down.
The cop is being pretty calm in this situation. He's chucking gasoline towards him and lighting fires in his house. That's pretty crazy behavior.
I
right
gotta be
there.
honest with you. I don't know what my reaction would be to that. The guy's just like, going out, and he's holding the thing that the floor is already on fire.
My reaction
He's
is
standing there with a bucket over a fire.
My reaction is, oh, this is a job for the fire department now. I'll be on my way. Good to see you, sir. Best of luck.
You smell great, sir. Have a great time.
Nuts. So this cop, I got to give this cop credit. He runs right through this fire and chases this guy down. My next clip.
Awesome. Fuck yeah.
Tase him.
Timeline discrepancy detected nearby. These footprints match the shoes previously analyzed in the Grand Ballroom. There is a 110%
You guys want me to throw
10%
you on the
margin
fire
of error.
then?
He thinks
It was
he's
a
dying
third
from the
felony.
Axe body
The
spray.
actress known as
But that's
Chelsea
kind of.
Is that what he thinks?
I swear to God, that's what he thinks. He thinks he's gonna die.
I swear to you, I thought like he just heard for a second. I thought he heard he has cancer.
No.
Or something. It's like no, he just swallowed the body spray.
Yeah, he drinks some body spray, so he thinks he's gonna die now.
Perfect.
I gotta say though, that
Fucking
is a scary
perfect.
situation for a police officer to be in a burning house with a guy saying, "I have nothing to live for." I don't think that I would have handled it the same way this officer did. It's not great. And so my next clip here, Vinny, he says something that for the first time in one of these videos, I actually believe the guy.
Okay.
Did you find Give me the other hand. Give me your fucking hand. I can't breathe. I took it in hell. I'm gonna die. Hold his hands. I got his hands. I'm gonna die.
Is that fucking Scorch?
Fucking hand. I'm not going. All right, he's handcuffed. Get your hands up. Get your hands. Get up. I can't get up. I gotta bring him in here.
So yeah, you can't breathe. You just started a massive
so
fire
important
in your
about the
house,
orchards?
sir. There's going to be a lot of smoke you'll be inhaling.
Maybe she was running
So
from
yes, I would
someone.
agree that breathing is going to be a problem for you for the
Nah.
first time ever. It's guy's
Why are you
actually
here,
telling the
Felix?
truth about that.
Dude, he's talking like a 2-pack-a-day smoker.
Well, he inhaled that Axe body spray. Last time you did that, you probably didn't sound great afterwards either.
Sounded fine.
Okay.
The guy has a voice like RFK.
Maybe that's what it is. Another guy ready for. Okay. My next clip here. The police are. This guy's resisting. Obviously, the house is burning down. So the police eventually say, "All right, fuck you, buddy. We're leaving you in here. We gotta get the hell out."
And we're not uncuffing you.
Correct.
Good luck getting up with your arthritis.
Yes.
Oh shit.
Due to Todd's lack of cooperation and the heavy smoke inside the home, deputies were forced to leave him behind.
Am I out of cigarettes?
Tim, you good? Tim, you good?
Yeah, sort of.
Just breathe. 145 dispatch, he's handcuffed inside the residence. We had to evacuate.
Honestly, Vinny, I can't believe how calm they're being right now. They're next to a burning house with a guy inside of it. And they're just like,
Yeah.
Are you good? Everything all right? How you feeling?
Oh, you know, my lungs are a little smoky, but I'm
Yep.
okay. So, softball Saturday?
Well, the guy wanted to die. I guess he got his wish. They're like, all right, fine. We don't want you to die in here. Whatever.
I kind of love this.
So the firefighters, I don't know where they are. This must be a remote area.
The
'cause they did not show
Slugmen.
up for some reason. So now I call this next clip Fire Cops.
Firecock.
Hot boys, what you gonna do? When the fire cops come for you?
Oh, all of you have leeches on you. I see. He seems to have some problems.
He's handcuffed in the other room.
They use 5 or 6 fire extinguishers to put this thing out. It never goes
I'm a
out.
good bro.
And he poured
You
so much
serious?
gasoline on it that it just keeps coming up again.
What a powerful man.
Wow.
It's a pretty crazy stop, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of puns for this shit.
I just like the idea of starting a show called Fire Cops, when cops become firefighters. On the next Fire Cops, these guys have no idea how to put a fire out, and they breathe in way too much smoke. Fire Cops.
And they just eat chili all day.
Yeah, right.
Carl, they left this man to die inside.
Well, let's check on him. Let's see how he's doing. They break through the window and check on him. In the next clip.
He'll get more air that way. Got it. He's still good. He's just laying there, but of course I lost my good flashlight. Thanks.
Of course, he's gonna lay on the ground. He can't get up.
Damn, I was hoping the doof was on fire.
Yeah, well, unfortunately, no. He's not.
You don't need no water.
They do finally drag this guy out of the house in my next clip, and you're also going to see the girlfriend. They go next door where the girlfriend is, and she explains what's going on here.
I bet you she is a looker.
Come on. We got this quick. Get out. You got him.
What a clown.
Just bring him downstairs this way.
Don't do drugs, kids. Drugs are bad.
Because I gave him eviction and restraining order. He said it wasn't going to end the way I thought it was going to end.
He was right. He was right about that. I bet you didn't predict this one.
No, I assumed he was going to try to burn the place down. I didn't think he was going to start sucking out a can of Axe body spray, though.
That was the part that surprised me. For sure. Yeah, actually, if you want to play my my next clip, they describe what this guy did.
And the crowd goes wild. She served restraining order paperwork, and he basically said this isn't gonna. He said this is gonna end well. When the other room started sucking down Axe body spray, like he's got like that.
That's pretty cool,
So
actually.
She was worried that I was going to close off his lungs, but then when I got here, I couldn't open up the door. He's sitting there with the gasoline already poured on the floor.
All right, couple thoughts here, Benny. First off, no reason to go to Greenland. Things will get better. People love you. We want you to stick around. Koof, thank you for not going to Greenland, and everyone else out there.
Thank you for not koofing
But
yourself.
if you ever are going to go to Greenland, you do not need to burn everything around you down. All right, just do it peacefully.
Buy a Dick suit, buy a Dick Greenland shirt.
Yeah, buy a shirt from Dick's Shop. and then go off peacefully somewhere in the woods like a Japanese man and do it the right way. It's very annoying that you have to go out a hell of flames.
So late in the trailer. And you know what? By the way, Carl, I'm just put it this way. If I have someone living in my house who's spraying Axe body spray all the time, I'd fucking throw them out too.
Yeah, that's probably what the restraining order was for.
I
Like,
I want to be a big drunk monkey.
Axe body spray, and granted, done.
There was this dude I worked with who used to spray this one. He said it's supposed to smell like chocolate.
Ugh.
It makes you want to fucking gag.
Why would you want to smell like chocolate?
Girls love it.
Children love it. That's actually, I would arrest anyone buying chocolate body spray. That's a great way to get these creeps.
Oh, do you have any that smells like gumdrops?
We sure do, sir. Right this way. We have back at the precinct. All right, one more clip out here. The list of charges for this gentleman.
Todd was charged with felony counts of arson, criminal damage to property, battery, misdemeanor counts of disorderly conduct, resisting obstructing an officer, and intentionally abused a hazardous substance. The majority of these charges were classified as domestic abuse, repeat offenses. He was subsequently
You're not supposed to do that.
set at $250,000. About 3 months later, Todd was found guilty due to a no contest plea for arson and battery. The other charges were dismissed at the prosecutor's request. Ultimately, he was sentenced to 8
These
years
guys are
in
neat.
prison, followed by 10 years of extended supervision.
Can we do that again? Yeah, so he didn't die that day. He spent the next 8 years in prison instead.
Yeah, and I mean, the house didn't burn down either, so this guy's
Correct.
just a failure.
He's a failure.
Okay.
Yeah. Learn how to kill yourself. Correct. I mean, don't. But if you're going to, don't embarrass yourself.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing.
You know, if you had just not wasted all that Axe body spray, you could have turned that into a pretty cool flamethrower.
Good point.
You would be too.
And he'd be popular in the prison, too.
Yeah. Instead of the idiot who tried to off himself drinking Axe.
All right. Well, that's Carl's Cop Cam this week. Thought we'd change things up a little bit for us.
Carl, the super chats are still coming in, buddy.
I love it. We're celebrating Super Chat Monday. DC the Gentleman, $5. Imagine cheering for the Dolphins. It will literally drive you crazy.
Mental illness can literally drive you crazy.
Man, it's not wrong. The
Oh,
man
you know what I almost
is
forgot about?
Not wrong.
You know what I almost forgot about?
What, Carl?
Our buddy Alex. You know, Alex produces the show, does a lot of things behind the scene, and he sent me some interesting clips to play.
Subsided, 61-yard try for the lead. It is Owens. He's got it. He's got it. He's got it.
Stop pretending you like Tyler Bass. Fuck you.
One more time.
Yes! 7-2, baby! First place!
You know, I texted
Untouchable.
Carl. I texted Carl after that game and said congratulations.
You did.
And you said what to me?
What did I say to you?
You said everyone here was incredibly stressed out during that
Oh,
game.
God, that was a stressful game.
That's
man.
the only thing that made me happy.
I had a big crew over at the house yesterday, and yeah, that was a stressful one. A lot of
Awesome.
yelling.
I wish I had watched that.
A lot of yelling was going on.
You know, I went into that game, Carl, prepared for just a fucking murder, for
Sure.
a massacre. And I would have been happier if that's what had happened, to be honest with you. 47-0, I was ready for it. But the thought that we were almost gonna fucking win it, that we were a hunt hair away from finally showing up and embarrassing your team and fucking squeaking out a win in Buffalo, that would have been the fucking, obviously, the underdog story of the week. And they blew it.
They sure did. And I gotta ask you about what is going on with Tyreek Hill? His team was affected in like 3 plays, maybe? Why are they throwing him the ball? Why
I'll
is
tell
he
you why.
running down the field?
I'll tell you why. Because Buffalo does a really good job of isolating him and Waddle.
Okay.
So the focus was run game.
And
And
they
it
did
paid
well.
off.
They did
And
well.
I would ask you, how terrible is the Buffalo Bills run defense? Because Jesus Christ.
Well, that's interesting because if you remember, Seattle the week before they held to 12 rushing yards. So I don't know. The Dolphins had a
Fuck, it
good
was
scheme.
out of control.
The Dolphins had a very good scheme to run on the Bills for sure.
So I'm going to give McDaniel a ton of credit. I'm going to give Tua a lot of credit because when the game was on the line, he made very few mistakes.
No, Tua was great.
And
the Dolphins pretty much
I don't
played
think-
mistake-free football for the most part.
I don't think you can say that Tua did anything wrong besides lose.
Right. No, he scored on every drive in the second half. What else do you want?
It was just fucking hurt. That one hurts. Captain Boomies, Thank you for the $10. Money XOXO.
Oh, thank you, Captain Boomies. I appreciate that.
We appreciate
Also, I think Captain Boomies was requesting this drop.
Buffalo has won it!
No problem. Anyone want to request that drop, I'll keep it right here on the board for you.
Buffalo's fucking piece of shit kicker missed an extra point.
Yep.
And then hits a 61-yard field goal to end
Missed
the game.
extra point, then hit an upright on another extra point. Almost missed that one. And then hit the longest one he's ever hit in his life. Crazy. Good times. Good times were had by all.
Carl, it's time for some
Let's take him down.
Creep Off Voicemail segment is brought to you by the City of Syracuse. Remember, Syracuse
That was
voters,
bullshit.
if you voted Cran this year, please stop using the white one. See you in Syracuse.
Want some of this?
That's good advice.
Carl, we have a message for Katy Perry. Someone left us.
Oh, good.
Try another weapon.
Hey guys, this voicemail is actually for Katy Perry. I just wanted to let you know, I love your music, always been a fan, and I'm actually looking for the right woman. I've never had a blowjob so amazing that when she was done, I had to pull the sheets out of my asshole. I just haven't found the right girl. Anyhow, I just would really like to fall in love, and then somebody suck my dick so hard, my balls come out. Anyhow, guess that right girl hasn't called me back. Katy Perry. Throwing that out there. Fall in love and have the ultimate. Thank you. Fuck you.
Weird one. I don't know that Katy Perry's gonna get that message. Do you want to send it to her, Smitty?
I'll email it right over.
Okay.
Yeah, he's calling up the story about Katy Perry tricking a pedophile into kissing her. He thought it was so icky. Do you have any voicemails, Carl?
I don't.
We only had 2 this week. It's actually a pretty quiet week. But we have something interesting here. We have a creep report.
Oh, great.
Hey, Carl. Hey, Vinny. I just wanted to submit someone to the Scum Parade. So I went to high school with this person. I'm not going to say that name, but it is public information of age. He just got arrested on 3 felony charges. One of attempted sexual assault. One on, let me look at it, felony.
I'm gonna probably call it here though.
And felony kidnapping. Now,
I gotta get some stuff done before work, and
they are
it's a
disabled.
good place to call it.
Ankles down, like the ankles, like they have
Carl.
braces on it.
Okay.
Like Carl.
This is going on, but yeah, they're a dwarf, like disabled. I'm gonna try to send one of y'all the posts, the mugshots. It looks so funny, and everyone from my high school is just eating them alive. And I will be going to the court case.
All right.
I got
Nice.
perfect. So I will be going, and maybe I could try and live stream it. Or
Like it's a
something.
football game.
Yeah.
Not
Love you guys.
only are you going, you're going as the official creep off fucking
Yeah. We'll get you a pennant to hold on to or something. #1 foam hand.
Yeah, you're our contributor.
Thank you for joining me, Spurg Steak. I appreciate you
Did he
chilling
send
with
in
me,
the-
and
I didn't
for
see it.
everyone
Okay.
else,
Send that
thanks
in.
for
We wanna
checking
see
it out.
That
Yeah.
sounds hilarious.
Until then,
And also-
I'll see you next time.
creepoff.com. And by the way, if you want to leave a voicemail, 585-371-8108 anytime.
I love the idea of disabled from the ankles down. I've never heard that before.
Dwyer Christian says, "Get this man Danny's breast milk."
Yes. I like the idea that him and his friends from high school are going to go to the court trial. Like it's a high school, like they're going back to their school to watch a football game or something.
I'd go to that.
That's fun.
I'd 100% go to that. How come you didn't go to the one with the guy you went to, like, murdered his family?
Because they always set up. Oh no, there wasn't. They did go to court for that. That's right. Because he broke down crying.